Hello! Pull up a chair and join us in the alcove, here with episode 80 of our homebrewed 5th edition D&D campaign,
like
the Chaoslands. Before we start, we have a handful of quick announcements, so let's go through those. We upload recorded VODs of our game to YouTube, and if you're watching this, that's likely where you are. And if you aren't, you can find us on youtube.com/@thealcove. That's youtube.com/@TheAlcove. If you like this video, please click the like button down below. And if you want to see more videos like this, click the subscribe button, and you'll be notified when our next session goes live. If you want, you can also go and follow us on all of our social media accounts. Or don't, because social media is a hellhole. But if you want to, our Blue Sky, Instagram, and TikTok are all there, they exist, and they may or may not sometimes have content on them. We use a variety of background music to improve the ambiance of our game and stream, and you may recognize some of it from Critical Role's Welcome to Taldore, Welcome to Wildmount, and Candela Obscura collection albums, as well as some royalty-free music courtesy of Riot Games. Links to those can be found below. Right. That's all the announcements. Anybody else have anything to add?
TPK.
You said 1, 2, and 3, so we revealed it, right?
Yeah.
No. Let's begin our dive into the Chaoslands.
Garnette sucks. Whoa, that one's
You can't say that to your sister.
Your own family.
That's exactly why I could say it.
The Iron Will have arrived in the Rexade of
What would
Sylphia,
Papa say?
a bastion of arcane magic learning and research, nestled within a crystalline canyon deep within the Aetherglass Desert, only to discover that the city sits on the precipice of momentous events orchestrated by powerful and ancient forces. One such force seems to be Lady Angelica Garnette, a tiefling sorceress with a strange connection to Arkmir's past, claiming to be a sister of sorts. A former professor at the Syncrophic Academy of Magic, one of the great institutions of learning on the continent, she seems to have returned to the city alongside one Karis Miranan, and is almost definitely up to no good. Hot on her trail, you had made your way into the Academy grounds proper, where you came across and rescued the head diviner, Nihilus Varus, from a strange attack of haywire automatons and ethereal spells. After a brief conversation spent convincing her of the threat that Garnette poses, not just to Sylphia, but potentially to all of Rivenath, you managed to leverage her influence to have a member of the Department of Necrology and Entropic Studies, Adjunct Professor Selena Margrave, escort you to their faculty, where you expect Lady Garnette to be holed up due to her prior connections with the faculty, as well as some other leads that you have been following. Traveling through a secret interplanar transportation pathway known as the Veiled Passage, you traveled briefly through the Ashar Pinnacle, the central nexus of ley lines reserved for the Academy's most elite arcane practitioners, into the hushed and amber-scented halls of the Department of Necrology. Aiming to find Lady Garnette quickly and quietly, you convinced Selena of the importance and secrecy of your visit to, I believe, surprise Arkmir's sister, and had her lead you to the offices of Head Professor Zivan Vesh himself, where you met the morally and ethically dubious professor working on a project to help heal a man's damaged heart, with him strapped to a levitating table and flayed open, clearly in some form of agony. After a brief conversation with the Archmage, where you learned that he was in fact aware of Karis, and perhaps not entirely aligned with him, he granted you access to the private research chambers of Lady Garnette, where she had requested access to work as a sort of external contractor on some research project. These chambers have been long abandoned, but recently she has taken them again in them. And with Selena, whom you discovered to actually be a ghost, possessing a flesh construct built by Vesh himself. Leading the way, you continued into the depths of the secret underground chambers of the department, on your way to discover whatever Lady Garnette has in store for you. As you're walking down these tunnels, faintly lit torches, if you recall where we left off, the brick walls had magically parted and provided you with access to a tunnel that continued straight forward and down. As you were making your way through, would you like to... Who's leading the way?
Not it.
Me up there. Counter my sister. Get fucked.
I'm holding hands with this spectral girl.
It's a fairly narrow tunnel, and it does seem to wind, and there are several closed doors without any handles along the way as you're continuing down this pathway. There's a couple of forks that Selena ends up leading you down, either the right one or the left one. Eventually leading you down to a part where the hallway seems to narrow, to be essentially single file, no more than 2 people across. Definitely a tight squeeze. Can I get the marching order?
I was going to say perhaps the 3 of you closer to the front, as we don't entirely know what we're walking into.
Oh, you're be behind Arkmir.
Selena is leading the way, but she's up front.
Timer is scared. Like, he is not comfortable.
You've got this.
How dark is this
This-
hallway or corridor?
It's faintly lit. There's only torches every maybe 40 or 50 feet, so it's
Perfect
dark.
lighting.
It's alright, time to
it is
ignite
dark.
the sword to get me more light.
You ignite the sword and you're holding up this flaming sword, lighting fairly brightly your vicinity.
I'm gonna say I'll be third in line, as close to either Xander or Kaltier as I can.
So with both of you
For
trying to be
support.
behind people, I guess I'm in the front.
Yeah, I will. I'll be behind Arkmir, and I will cast light and just have my armor just
Okay,
glowing.
so who's
even
behind
on
Selena?
Arkmir?
Arkmir?
That me.
Okay. Arkmir. Big one.
Mm-hmm. Then
Diamond.
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 Then Xander.
Xander.
Those 2.
Who's after Xander? Is it you or Astra?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll also, once it starts like narrowing in and getting darker, I will cast Eyes of Night
Yeah.
on everyone except for Xander, because I can't do that many people. Also, use a flaming sword, so I think it'll be fine.
That is true.
So everybody but Xander has 300 feet of dark vision.
You can see off in the distance where this, you almost just see a wall, and it's essentially like a hairpin turn.
Okay.
Where you can see almost like a torch at the end of it that's lit like halfway through, and you can see like faintly flickering. And the first thing you notice is that this torch occasionally sparks with almost like a green flame.
Okay. Sounds about right.
Yeah, fitting.
Just as an FYI, if you did have a look around, I mean, we already have black eyes, but they also do now. If you happen to look around.
Like completely
They're
black
goblins,
eyes.
You can't see my
Yeah.
eyes.
Oh god, they're all demons.
Selena has also, like, as she's been leading you, she's occasionally just been disappearing and floating through the wall, and then coming back like several paces ahead. Sometimes she'll slip through the floor and come back up. She seems to be almost like clocking in all directions and keeping an eye out for things. She seems a bit wary. You can tell that she's a little bit nervous.
Why should
She
we
looks
not?
nervous.
Yeah.
Everything all right?
Probably should not. I guess our consultant should probably not be aware of my helping you all, I believe. I'll simply lead you to our quarters and then mind my own business. Perhaps keep an eye on you all, maybe, but I don't think it would be wise for her to know that we are working with you, or I am working with you.
Well, you have my discretion. Ours.
I'm telling her.
How much is it worth to you?
So as she approaches this corner, she almost like flies through the wall to the opposite side of where you were at, and like comes back. It's just around this corner. I'll keep an eye on you all, but
Is there anything that we should be aware of this space?
I haven't personally been into her private research chambers. I have no idea what she's working on, but she is a very powerful mage. Recommend just being wary in general.
Was interesting what Professor Lavesh said about Lady Garnette having what appears like free reign over what she does down here. It's like I can understand the wariness. Oh,
I think she knows we're here.
dun. Start the Pokemon battle music.
Start the sandstorm.
She might, but I doubt it. I feel like She might already know that you're on your way, but I feel like we've been rather expedient in our arrival. I don't think there's much more you could have done to hide your presence if you want.
I don't know when you used it last. Do we still? Do we?
I think
have
I'd
one?
reset
I
it
think
like, for a
you
while.
would.
You had like a long one.
Yeah,
it was
it was
like
all
the
one.
bit around like the Whale Passage where you lost it and then regained it as you
Yeah, okay.
arrived and
Yeah.
left.
So I guess it hasn't been hours.
But
yet.
it hasn't. No, it hasn't been hours since then.
Okay.
It's been barely like a
been
little
days.
under.
I feel like we were very quick in and out of Lavesh's place.
Yes, but like going through like the hallways and
Oh,
all
yeah.
that stuff, like it has been probably like half an hour.
Yeah, 'cause we had
But
to
no
walk
more
through
than that.
the
Yeah.
area of the campus or whatever.
Yeah. You were basically walking through a very large university building and into like underground chambers and stuff, so like 30 minutes.
Okay.
45 minutes.
Just wanted,
The radio's on.
especially since we're walking single file. Can you hear me up there?
Yeah.
As you all
Hello.
turn into
Yeah,
the hallway.
while this conversation is ongoing, I turn to the big one. Like, big one. I'm scared of this place. I've 2 questions. How long does it take to change that enchantment that you put on my hammer to bring it back?
To what?
I want you to put that on a dagger instead.
We could have done it at the last short rest if you asked.
Fuck. And you said something about fire protection.
Yes. I'm kind of at my limit of how many things I can put around, but for the future.
Rats. This place creeps me out.
Yes, it's definitely very unsettling, but you got this. You've killed a dragon after all.
It was no ghost.
I think the ghost is on our side right now.
This one. Sure.
Fair. Fair. We got this.
Did you see the other guy with the like dude with an open heart?
Yes, that was very scary.
As you say that and you were walking up here, Selena briefly like floated through the wall, floats back, and inadvertently floats through one of you two.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Me.
I'm gonna odds it's you,
Me.
even it's
I'll
even
take
it's
it.
you.
I'll take
Even so it's Archimage
Damn.
this time.
Oh, no, no,
You
no.
feel this sudden chill just through your bone as this like spectral figure just like pierces through you. You feel like the hair on the back of your neck rise. Your eyes suddenly flash just completely dark, even though you are able to see like with the dark vision. Everything just like blurs for a moment, and you involuntarily give like a little shriek. Make a Constitution save for me.
She's inside you.
I've
Shouldn't
never
you
had
ask
her
for
inside of me.
consent for something
Didn't
like
need
that?
Oh, that's no good. 10.
You're dead?
10 is exactly what you needed.
I rolled in that too.
Because as she almost like flies through you, she realizes what she's doing and like hurries and rushes through. It was very unintentional, but yes.
Don't do that anymore.
I'm sorry.
You could always
Just-
visit this body.
Just around the corner is the entrance to her
Oh,
sanctum. Good luck.
Are there others like you there?
Oh yes, many. At least in this faculty.
You got
Okay,
this.
what can we do to like avoid this?
Would they cause us any trouble?
If they stay in your body for a while, that could be quite dangerous.
What do you mean stay?
Would you like me to show you?
No.
Yep.
No. Nope.
No.
Nope. We punch ghosts if we
We-
need to.
Yes, spirits have the ability to potentially possess
Oh.
people.
Pleasant.
I've kind of experienced that. It's not that bad.
It needs
I
to be
don't
done with
believe you.
intent, though.
No, with staff lady.
Is it easy to ward ghosts away?
Not that easy. No.
Is there anything that you can do to help us?
Not really. I don't have much agency in this form without my fleshy body.
Can you punch other ghosts?
Probably.
Do you have any diamonds? Do you have any diamonds?
I will craft you
I need dinosaurs.
anything with my skill if you stay around to help us.
No.
I'll keep an eye on you.
I
I'm a very skilled blacksmith.
I'll keep an
Okay,
eye
for
on
you
you.
guys.
But if Garnette herself is around, I will probably not reveal myself in order to stop drawing any undue attention on how you all managed to get here. I believe my value, as Professor Vesh has often said, is in secrecy and subterfuge. And being able to float through walls definitely helps.
Can you create a distraction for us?
Potentially.
Like go to a corner in the room, just peek your head inside and scream really loud?
I don't think we want to alert if we're not aware we're here right now.
No, but
feel like-
just before we
I feel like
go
Lady Garnette has already seen me with Professor Vesh, so I don't think she would be quite as surprised as you all potentially were.
Let's do this. We got this.
There you
Iron
go.
will.
As she fades back into one of the walls near where this corner is, you turn the corner and you find yourself continuing down this hallway.
First
Yep.
reveal. A grand reveal.
And you can see off in the distance the hallway seems to continue on. Because of your dark vision, you can see well past to the end where there is a wall at the end where this pathway seems to turn. Can I have the spirit mini back?
She gone.
She left us.
Coward.
You can see that the hallway seems to open out. On that middle one, there's like a light. You can turn that light on.
It's a torch.
Just
Yeah.
take that piece up.
This one?
Yep, turn it on
Alexa, turn on the lights.
and put it back.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you. And you can see from where you're standing this pale green light that seems to illuminate this hallway. It just seems to continue on. You don't see much else.
That's a weird looking torch.
Everyone also be mindful. We should expect to find Teddy here or
Theo.
Also,
Yeah.
while we have a little time, let's not touch mirrors or things that will certainly almost guarantee be trapped because she knows we're coming at some point.
Yeah,
Try not to be too
that's what I want
bold
to.
with your
Yeah.
exploring. If
Highlight
you want
here.
to see something, let's do it.
It's probably
smartly.
best
fun.
we assume she knows we're here.
I would like all of you to make a perception check.
Like right now.
Yes.
Does it smell really
I was just
No. It's certainly not.
Roll.
nice?
Not bad.
That could have been a lot better.
17.
6.
19.
18.
17.
19.
None of those passed.
Damn it.
Ooh.
I knew. I was like,
But I will give you the opportunity
Oh,
with your
oh,
psychic
oh.
dice if you would like
Oh, I have the potential to be so.
Wait, can I use my
to.
thing?
If you would like to.
Insight Junior.
Do you want to use
Do
it
we
on,
think a
on me?
21 would be a nice? No?
I'd increase it by 2.
If you add
Increase
to
by
me, I'm
4.
going to add my...
Oh, you had to give it to yourself.
I can give it to anybody.
Stroke of genius.
It's a 3. So
Here,
that
you
makes
trying
mine
to
a
do
21.
something? I will make it 25.
A 20 was what you needed.
Damn it, waste.
As you're looking down this hallway and you don't see anything
Claim my
immediately,
thing.
but you focus your psychic energy and you feel almost like a presence, a faint presence, staring right back into your
Garnette's
soul.
in the corner. She's just standing there.
A faint presence
A
where?
faint presence just staring back into your mind, and you turn and focus to where it is, and you notice up in front of you, just off to the right,
Scry.
there's a pillar, almost like a statue with a like little imp and gargoyle, almost parked in the corner,
Yep.
and its eyes are like staring right back at you.
Okay.
That's what it's doing.
I'm just going to relay to the group via psychic whispers. No need to say anything out loud, but I believe we're being watched from that statue. Straight ahead in the hallway.
I think it's safe to say she knows now that we're
Do you
here.
want me to break it?
I don't think it would change anything.
Just be wary about what you say or maybe do in front of it.
Garnette, we want to be friends.
If anything, we may want to be more expedient and give her less time to
I'm running straight down the hallway.
prepare.
Just kidding.
She now has eyes on us.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out on corners. Check your corners. Make sure the but's not accessible, and let's go.
Just relaying this conversation around.
Oh yeah, I forgot. If we're talking in our heads.
Big one saying this.
Pointing your head.
Kelthir saying this.
I don't know why you're pointing to your heads.
I have my hammer ready to go.
Okay. What would you like to do?
Slowly
Proceed
walk forward.
down. But also just
I'm gonna
keeping an
check
eye
this
out
corner
for
and this corner.
word traps
and
or
this
whatever.
corner.
Are you going carefully and
Yes.
like investigating for traps? Are you searching for traps? Or are you just keeping an eye open? Like, are you moving slowly with like carefully checking everything? Or are you
I'm moving slowly, carefully checking, but not
We're gonna
like
keep an eye on
cool.
the floor more importantly.
make an investigation check? There will be probably many of these today. This first one is very much for this first chamber.
29.
Okay. As you step forward, you are intently focused on the statue, and you clearly see that it is almost like following you. You continue to step forward, and you step into this first like foyer chamber, and you look around to your right and left. It seems like a fairly wide open sort of like chamber with this green sconce, not necessarily a torch that's just lit and faintly lighting this area. As you look to your right, you notice in the corner of the wall there, facing outwards, almost in the direction of where that statue is, there seems to be a small nozzle just like planted in the middle that's just like hidden. Seems like a small hole, like socket hole in the wall.
Small
Dumb.
hole.
Like enough
waist,
to fit a hand?
waist level.
Nah, it's a dart hole.
A little above.
Yeah. Don't mind me, guy.
It's definitely a shooting.
But you can definitely make it out as
Yeah.
there's something there.
Yeah.
Second tiger.
Yeah, just like careful. There may be a trap here waiting for us, and I guess so. I already see that's there. Describing to the team. Is it clear to me how I could like go about disarming it?
I think with a 29, I'll give you. It seems to you, as you're just taking a cursory glance of your surroundings, in front of where the statue is, like pillar is that's staring back at you, at its base, there seems to be like a tile that looks a little bit more raised than the one surrounding.
Don't
it.
step on.
Yeah. This one, I'm like, I'll probably just say out loud because I don't think I have psychic whispers to everyone because I think my limitation was 4. So I'm just gonna say, turn back to you guys. Do not step on that over there. I think that's what triggers this mechanism here. And I step on the next file.
Yeah.
It's actually the trap.
Is the tile that he's pointing at, like, is it small enough that we can easily walk around it, or is it like well, you're gonna have to try to jump over it?
I think you can easily walk around it if you. And as you're approaching here, you can kind of see that to the left, there's almost like a curtain that's draped in front of you, and you feel like you can get around it by simply maybe lifting the curtain and like traveling either under it or through.
Likely
through it,
another
essentially.
trap.
Yeah.
We know what's behind that curtain before we. I'm going to just position myself close-ish to the tile there, but just kind of as an indicator as we're moving around to just watch for
For
everybody.
context, it's basically this tile.
Sure.
Question.
So I'm gonna as we're
Should we
moving
just
up.
activate it and then keep like a heavy object on the tile?
I could throw the bag of expired flour on it, set it off.
We don't know what it's gonna
Get
do.
it out of the way.
Might
Or
fill the
make
room
an
with
alarm.
gas.
True.
Could be like a
something.
trash compactor situation.
It's a trash compactor.
Nobody knows.
Something I dreamed about once.
Arkmir, in terms of like leading the way, were you with Kelthir?
Well, I didn't walk out in front of it.
Yeah.
but-
Kelly's like, I
That's
got
what I
it.
assumed. Are you like
Glide
as you're
over.
walking up there? I'm assuming Kelthir is behind you. As you walk up to the statue, you hear a whisper in your mind. It says, "Hello, welcome to Lady Garnette's Arcane Research Laboratory. Please place any deliveries in the closet in front of you. If you have access, continue on to the door, and access will be granted, assuming you have office hours, or she has personally requested your appearance. Good day."
Did that voice just sound like Selena?
It was just in his psychic mind.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, did you guys hear that?
Hear what?
Here, what?
I think you're losing it.
The gargoyle just spoke to me.
What did it say?
It sounded like any packages for Garnett are meant to be left behind that room, or behind the curtains there. And any visitors that are expected can make their way forward to the door, but obviously we have to be mindful of that step.
When they go.
Perhaps you should check the other tiles on the way to the door, just
Yeah.
in case this is not the only one.
The voice comes back into your mind. You have access. Please introduce yourself. And I can check if you're supposed to be granted access to that.
Believe we should have access.
Please introduce yourself.
Arkmere Croft.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Here we go.
Can I
You're really
see
good at
that it's
wisdom.
happening?
You notice him like being a little bit off in thought. You don't know if he needs to make a saving throw or anything right now.
13. Do I have anything else? Wait, nope, no, 13.
You feel a sudden like psychic flash in your mind. You take 4 points of psychic damage. And now you do notice Arkmere wince a little bit. And the voice comes back into your head and says, "Ah, yes, you do have access. The gates to the sanctum will be open.
You son of a bitch.
Disarming the traps in the hallway." And you notice the tile in front of you almost like briefly descend.
Oh, I did it.
And you hear in front of you click, 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 as 3 or 4 other
Okay, all
tiles
the tiles
also
disarm.
disarm. And
Sounds
lower.
like, well, she didn't know that we were coming. She knows now.
Oh, she knew.
But
She probably knew.
the traps are apparently disarmed. Yeah. Now I will go loot her storage, her package room.
You part open the curtains, and inside you just see a bunch of boxes. You actually see a very fine, almost like a coat closet. There's a bunch of hangers with like fancy coats and scarves and robes and gloves. Pretty lavish attire, maybe some silk robes, maybe a traveling coat. Make an investigation check for me.
If I see him actually starting to go through boxes, then I'd be like, perhaps we save this on the way out.
We got a nat 20, so.
There's a crystal sword.
You very quickly, just rifling through just the first coat before Calthir stops you, find a small pouch with 14 platinum in it.
No, he didn't stop me. Not the nat 20. Don't.
I hope that psychic pain feels good. You're not getting healed.
I did just
Shove the
spend like
curtains
5
into
minutes
that.
saying we shouldn't look through things.
Did you just
or...
want me like close it up again, or just?
Yeah, it
That's
doesn't.
okay. That's be smart.
As
not
you're
take
looking further
damage.
down, you can remove that piece of.
These traps.
But I have.
Cool.
I'm gonna assume we are all kind of gathered over here now.
You stop Arkmere from rifling through more of the coats.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, there's nothing.
I don't care if you found anything. It's the time that you're using to find things.
That doesn't sound like Arkmere.
Exactly. Arkmere also doesn't care if you care.
You can see at the in front of you, this hallway
minute.
seems to end.
You guys know
Seems
what
turned to the right.
Should we proceed?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm going
Alright.
all the way to the end.
Okay.
As you turn the corner, you just see this grand door in front of you, a gate of sorts that seems closed at the moment.
I don't think that this was the marching order, though. I think it was. The marching order's probably changed now.
Yeah.
Any of the look like there's anything warding the door or anything like around it such that like
There's all sorts of strange runes carved into the door. There's nothing glowing or anything that seems to be active, but it's hard to tell. Make either an Arcana check or a Perception check.
Theoretically better at perception. But I don't know if you can tell me what's. Never mind.
Can I read any of the runes?
They're arcane runes. They don't say anything in particular. They're more like symbols of magic.
I'm gonna assume, and being trust, but assuming it's fine based off of being allowed entrance or being expected here.
I was more so trying to get an understanding if there was some sort of veil that would do something should we enter the room. Not necessarily hurt us, but maybe disarm us in some manner. But I don't quite understand what these are.
I can throw my bag of expired flour through there and see if anything happens to it.
I don't think that'll do anything.
But one day.
One day.
Are you approaching the door?
Yeah.
Oh, you do know flour lasts a long time, right?
Yeah, but
It's been like
quite
maybe a month
expired.
since you got it.
I bought it expired though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why would you buy expired flour?
For times just like this.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad we've clarified that now. But I guess, yeah, if I don't really hear anything on the other end right now of concern, I'm going to start pushing open that door.
As you reach out and you touch the door, there is a shimmer of light.
200 damage.
That immediately appears from where your hand touches it.
Yep.
And it fades away. The door creaks open. You can remove that piece of paper.
Review 1.
Oh, that's nice.
Please make stuff stand up now because it was lying down.
Oh, that's all up.
Whoa.
A chair.
Okay.
More chairs.
And you find yourself in a lavish
Up into the
office with
doors.
like a raised dais up in front of you, with a very ornate table of dark mahogany, a fancy plush seat with like a cushion, 2 chairs to stand on, and even in front of you, just in this area, I don't have anything there on the floor. There's just scattered cushions, a rug, a hookah in a corner. It seems like a pretty.
Hooker in the corner?
It seems like a
This is Lady
lavish office chamber.
I'm
And
liking
one of the
this,
other
Brandon.
things that you notice almost immediately is off in the far back right corner from where you're looking, the wall seems to be almost like caved in.
Yeah.
Like here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, there's a
Oh,
thing.
But other than that, there's 2 exits from this chamber, one to the left and to the right.
So there's nobody in this room that I can
No, it
see
is
right
empty.
away. The rubble area, the caved-in area that we noticed, does that look like recent damage, or like it's been chilling open for a while?
You'd probably have to go up to it to investigate.
We'll make our way inside.
Yeah, slowly walking through, I will slowly gesture like.
Let's move
Alright,
inside.
so I'll help.
Make your way
I'll
inside.
help investigate the stone.
We have a specialist.
One of the first things that you notice almost as soon as the door opens is this, like almost as you're breathing, you just feel this like very faint, very elegant smell of rose, rose petals. And
It's in the air.
Can we tell like where it's coming from?
darkened wood. It just seems to like seep in from everywhere, and it smells beautiful.
I don't like it.
Yeah. If I'm smelling this, that's coming, do I get? Am I able to try to discern between it's just a smell or that it is trying to have some sort of
I want to know all the
hallucinogenic or
scents
charming?
that
Do
are
I feel my
Make an
senses?
Arcana check.
Okay.
Can
There's
I
no way
help
this could be
since
well.
it smells?
Right? It's true. He might be able to know as well.
Make an Arcana check. For me.
Alright, I'm gonna do it my own.
19.
21.
You can
Smells
feel
everything.
yourself almost like your senses are being mildly affected by it. You can feel yourself almost like calming and dulling a little bit. You would know that while affected by such a luxurious and calming scent, you will have disadvantage on initiative rolls.
Oh.
Or high.
You just seem relaxed.
If it's not immediately obvious to everyone. There seems to be some sort of relaxing.
Like your sinus are just cleared the fuck out.
Oh,
of the
just-
flowers.
Yeah.
Your sense.
This is
smell is so good.
wonderful.
Perhaps may have taken the edge off a bit, such that we may not be as on guard as we originally hoped.
You get
we'd
little
be.
notes of orange peels. Getting rose and orange peels.
This
quite
seems
nice.
pretty chill in here.
Make an investigation check regarding the broken down wall in the corner.
I think he gets it anyway.
Oh yeah. Are you also making that?
You
Yeah.
have to do your own because he gets it anyway.
Our stone specialist.
Technically,
Let's see who knows stone.
are you?
better.
Technically, I'm
I-
also a stone mason.
That's true. You made your stone.
I made half the city.
Yeah, I do believe I have like stone cunning or something like that.
I do have stone.
I think you should just get advantage on that because nature.
Yeah, that was a natural 19 plus. What was this?
Investigation.
Investigation. Plus 0, so 19.
Okay, 27.
Show off.
The stone has definitely been broken recently.
Okay.
It doesn't have any sort of like
Dust covering.
dust covering on it, or
Other
like it
than-
hasn't been broken for a while.
From it being
It just
broken,
seems
yeah.
Like no footprints.
it's just been knocked in. And as you, the interesting part to you with such a high roll was definitely not broken in by like natural means. It seems like it was like blown inwards with some sort of arcane force energy.
Okay.
Actually,
So there was a fight.
Inwards towards us or inwards towards the room?
inwards towards inside.
Okay. So no.
There's got to be a crystal sword in there.
This was definitely recent. Can I get a sense of like the recency? Like, are we talking like within the last day or like week or month? Like how old?
I'd say with a 29,
27,
probably
I'll take
within. What did you roll?
27.
That's still more than 25. Within the last day or two.
Okay, so very recent. Yeah, no more than a day or two. I think that this was knocked in, and something powerful forced it from this side, bursting it open.
Maybe she was,
Sorry.
maybe she was just mad and needed to take some frustration out.
Perhaps.
Can I just point out too? I'm gonna have Hoku fly around, just look around, and then he can act at me if he sees anything.
Fucking mortified.
He's proven himself trustworthy.
Has he?
Yeah.
To you?
Yeah.
So, am I able to just like peek through the opening?
You can. You can move the.
The whole thing?
No, don't move it off. Just move it enough
Slide
to
it.
see that. little thing.
Oh, there's like a little room there.
Yeah, it's just like a small
What
chamber.
is that? A canyon
Hidden
You
in
peek,
storage.
or a fireplace?
you peek in from.
door though.
What?
Isn't
No,
it?
it's not a door.
Oh.
It's like a,
Is it an
An
alcove?
altar,
It
alcove?
is a little bit of an alcove.
Yeah.
As you peek into this, it seems like there's almost like a hidden chamber with like a few shelves scattered up in around all three walls of it.
Okay.
The rocks that have been blown in almost seem to be covering another like opening where the walls have kind of been ripped open. And you can see like some of the rocks here are blown in, but some of the rocks are also from this like small area that have been pulled out, almost like bricks. And inside of that, behind that, almost like a walled off section, behind a walled off section, there's a small chest, about maybe 1.5 feet long, and 1/2 foot across. It is locked.
Not one
Well,
of your
it
feet.
looks ornate.
Okay.
It very clearly has like a lock in front of it, like a keyhole, and it is covered with runes and inferno.
Someone burst in here probably to get to that, and it does not look entirely safe.
You also notice on the opposite side of it, where those shelves were, a bunch of books and sort of like different materials and things have been pulled off, thrown on the ground, and you just see a bunch of like charred ashes and pieces of things there.
She may be trying to cover something.
Charred ashes. Can I read? Because it said, you said infernal?
Yep.
I
Thankfully,
read
we have
what that
somebody
says?
who can read.
Yeah.
God damn it.
All right, we have 5 minutes in this.
Well, I know
room.
how to read it, or infernal. Yeah.
Everybody spread out. I'm gonna go to the shelves.
It says It's more just like individual words.
Come City.
As opposed you notice like a few strings of Elegant Infernal that just say contract, pledge, seal, agreement, Stygia, fire, ice, bonded. Just like a bunch of words just scattered across it. And as you're looking at it and you see it, there's almost like a bunch of, you notice it now, there's like a few holes carved into the chest, as well as almost like on the back side of it, as you're kind of taking a look at it, there's like a small dial or a rotor of sorts. It seems like a kind of puzzle box, essentially. You have no idea how you would even go about opening it. There's a keyhole in the front, obviously, but
Yep.
no key.
Perhaps we come back to that and research on what it is and how we can deal with it. I wouldn't want.
Yeah.
There's a book here that says how to open it.
Shit.
She. Yeah. It seems like, I mean, we need more information in terms of how to open it. Oh.
Your passive perception. You notice just out of the corner of your eye, like looking at all the books and things that have been scattered and burnt on the floor, there's a few pieces of like loose paper and stuff that you can see still has writing on it that you just make out.
Well, I went over to the bookshelf.
Oh,
They
did
were
you?
at the chest.
It's
yes.
a very tight squeeze, but if you
Big
did,
one. Right there.
you would have noticed.
I'm just pointing down. yeah.
paper.
Would my passive perception have noticed that as well?
No.
You were focused on the box. The box is on the opposite side of where the book is.
What's in the back?
You see, actually, like scattered around, there's a bunch of different papers, and you gather a bunch of different scraps of them with a bunch of different things written on them.
What does it say?
Wait up, let me make sure you're reading the right side first, because it is double-sided. Yeah, that is the right side.
All right, read the back.
Yeah.
Hold it up.
Quickly, scan the back.
You just notice the big one almost like crouching down and picking up like small scraps of paper.
Give it.
I thought that said lever planes. It says lever planes.
Love it.
The big one's just picked up these pieces and is like looking at them.
Yeah, so I
You know.
pointed that out and he picked it up. I'm just going to quickly kind of like pace between... There's two doors, right? Door on either side. I'm just going to like, as I pace by them, kind of like put my ear to them a little bit and see if I can get any sense of movement or talking or anything happening behind either of those doors.
Using that perception.
And if, since this is like a crowded area, if there's
What's
anybody
everyone
else who's
else
kind of hanging
feel?
out in here, I'm just going to say like, any of you able to hear which door perhaps we might find someone?
Yes,
What's everyone else doing?
Sure, you two first.
Yeah, I guess I kind of want to look at what's going on with this desk. Is there anything here that we can
Yeah.
take a look at?
Diamond is scanning the room for any threats or any signs of anybody spying on us from anywhere.
Make a perception check. You can
Which
move
weapon do you
the
have
big
out?
one into the
My
small. Come on, you guys move the big one into the small alcove in the. It's like very in
Yeah.
the last room over there in the corner.
All the way.
Basically,
All the way.
in.
All the way.
All the way in.
There you go.
I
You
would-
can put Arc Mirror in front of him in the
Hello.
area.
And I would probably be around here.
And like you're against
Is
the
the
door.
chest in the alcove?
Yeah.
So
Who is sitting in the throne?
I'm looking at that guy.
So I rolled. What was that perception?
Yes.
22.
all I was going to say, in case this changes anything, and if it would have changed anything, you can say, let's just pretend that it wasn't. Last session, I casted See Invisibility and it lasts for an hour.
Okay.
Would I have seen anything when we walked into the room knowing that I can see invisibility?
No, I don't think there's
Okay.
anything invisible.
I just want because if you were like, well, yeah, there's an invisible guy in the corner, then I would have
Yeah,
seen
there's
him.
It's just a naked invisible man.
Yeah.
Lady Garnette is right there.
Yeah. In case that changed anything, I just wanted to like that is still technically up because it's up for an hour.
22 perception. Scanning the room for threats or anything peeking at us.
You don't notice anything.
Okay.
Altair, as you approach the door towards the side, you put your ear to it, and you don't really hear anything coming from behind it. Make a perception check for me.
26.
You don't hear anything, and then you think for a moment, and you hear like a very, very faint squelching sound.
Oh.
It's getting freaky in that room.
And you also feel like you smell a whiff of something that very clearly no longer smells of rose.
Sorry.
You're not quite sure what it is, especially intermingling with the rose scent, but you're not quite sure.
I kind of just back away from the door, like, I'm gonna check the other door.
Turns out there was a sock on the doorknob.
Yeah.
As you walk over to the other door over in the opposite end, you put your ear to it. You don't hear anything. But as you try to pull your ear back, you are stuck to the door.
Wait, I wasn't gonna put my ear on the door.
You're putting your ear to it.
Oh, but she did.
I'm sure you might have put like a hand on it
Okay,
or
sure.
something.
Your ears are quite pointy. Large.
Yeah. Alright, I made contact with the door.
You are stuck to it, and I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Oh no.
Wait, with disadvantage?
Is the door a mimic?
Do we have disadvantage on our initiative rolls?
Yeah.
Yes. It smells of
But I
roses.
had advantage, and you also would have advantage between straight roll, I guess.
Actually, I didn't actually have advantage, so I have nothing now.
Straight roll, yeah.
Straight roll.
On drug die.
Wait, I don't know if I want
I rolled an
first.
11 and a 12. So 11.
Not 20. Alright, the door attacks me.
Yes. I think we're getting PPK. We're in danger.
From there?
Nobody cares that I picked up a letter.
You didn't tell us
I'm
anything.
not telling you shit.
You didn't have time to read it out loud.
I mean, it was a bunch of different scraps of paper. 25 to 20.
Scary secrets.
Yeah, I got 21.
21.
21.
Calculator. Yeah. 22, 15.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
15 to 10.
11. Oh, sorry.
10.
Okay. Arkmir has an 11. Armin has a 10. 10 to 5.
7.
7.
Who has the higher dex?
Definitely not me.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you have?
-3.
Okay, then yes, me.
For a 5.
So
Wait,
that
that
just
was
leaves
with-
Astra at the end?
Yep.
Okay.
I suck at initiative, and I have -1 anyways.
I got
The
minus
door
3.
does have a surprise
For
round.
initiative.
Even with
You
an
can put the
apple,
door
the max I
on
can have
where
is
the
a
door is.
17.
Yeah, we're getting attacked by a fucking door.
It is a door. It is a.
Oh,
thing.
fuck.
Mimics.
He's
Oh,
licking
no.
Oh.
Ew, stop it.
Wait, what did you roll?
We just look over and there's a tongue in Kelder's ear. He's like, oh.
Guys, there's nothing over here.
I like this.
Oh, you're getting Marshawn.
Oh, God.
Don't get any ideas. I'm not doing
Is
that.
it-
He's gonna have you lick his ear tonight. Inside.
Ew.
I'm like over at the other side of the room. Hey, Calther, you should come take a look.
So you know in shit, what's the name of that Star Wars show with the kids? The
Oh, Skeleton Crew.
Yeah.
Skeleton Crew. Yeah. When you first meet the skeleton kid, and he turns around like he's like evil. And he's like, you shouldn't have come here. That's what I imagine. It's like after he read
The big
book, he's
one?
like,
Alright. Well, the door has advantage on its attack on you, because, and it also has a surprise round because you're
I'm
surprised.
sure it does.
Your
Um,
main grave.
You are technically grappled by the door.
I can't be surprised, but I'm also reading.
So it is going to. The door is going to make its attack against you.
That makes sense.
Epic music.
That's a natural 20.
Of course it is.
Oh shit.
Wait.
What?
Oh,
Wait, do you have that?
yeah. Oh.
I'm waiting.
Oh, wait. Can I use my reaction? Or is that
You are
not
surprised.
possible? Damn it. Okay.
Wait, but when we're surprised, we can't use a reaction?
Not during the surprise
Wait,
round. In
I-
your first round, you
I
actually-
can't be surprised, but I also don't have silvery berries.
You're also way out.
I'm just saying I can't be surprised.
You
I
can't
just
use
want
it
to
on
let it be known.
It's okay. You take 11 points of piercing. Actually, no, it's a little more than that.
Yeah, it's 29 plus 62.
It was.
How do you know if you can't be surprised? Is it a trait?
It's the trait or feat, or there's a bunch of things.
You take 16 points of piercing damage
16.
and 1 point of
Nice
acid
try.
damage. As this door, almost like you put your hand and ear up to it, and it briefly just like you feel your hand stick, and then it just like morphs into this giant gnashing teeth and eyes that just like grabs onto Kelter, and you all hear this, like it just grabs onto him and like
Guys,
begins to try and chew on him.
Read this. Pretty crazy.
That's the end of the surprise
That
round.
was right at waist level.
That's the end of the surprise round. It also goes at the top of the actual round because it rolled a 21 in initiative.
This tongue's right by your wiener.
By the way, it has higher dex than... I don't know what your dex is.
Actually, what is your dex?
12.
You are tied, so we can do rollies if you'd like.
Rollies.
Sure.
We're gonna get sick.
Yeah.
Get wrecked.
19.
Okay, you go first.
What do I do?
You are grappled.
Hey, Kelthier, come read this.
As
In
the
your,
door
in
is
your
trying-
mind, you're just like, help! Help!
Yeah, I'm like, you still relay things to me.
Let's see.
I'm stopping every door I see now.
You look over and Zim's just at another door.
You're gonna stab it.
Really quickly, grapple is the... Which restrain is the worst one?
Restraint is the worst one. Yes.
Okay, so grapple is fine. Movement is 0.
You can still
Yes,
do
your movement
things.
speed is
You
0,
can still
but
cast spells.
yeah, you can't move out of range of the effect.
I'd have to break the grapple, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well
Is it
then,
like
well,
opposing strength checks?
probably...
You can try to break out of it.
I'm weak as fuck,
Kelthier's a little
so
weak bitch.
I ain't gonna try to spend my action point away.
Will Kelthier survive this fight?
So I'm just taking the spear basically, and I'm just gonna try to push it up into the blade up into the mouth. So
Roll the hit.
Actually, I rolled really well the last couple, so this is due for a 1. 17.
A 17 hits.
You.
You missed the door.
10. Yes. And then I also have where is it? Where's the blessed strike?
Jared, come on, we don't have time for this.
So I also get a 1d8. So that is, I think it's 6 slashing and 8 radiant.
Ooh, nice. So that's 14 total damage.
Radiant
Kill him.
damage.
Give me a picture.
So yeah, the slash of it didn't do quite as much, but then it almost echoed with the radiant moonlight.
Wait,
Cool. Is that your turn?
I think so. I don't think I want to use
uh-oh.
bonus action right now. So yeah, let's just say that's my go.
It's not looking good.
Well, yeah.
The door does go next. So there's the hit. That is another natural 20. Because it has advantage, because you are grappled with it.
Silvery barbs.
You can certainly silvery barbs this one, yeah.
Okay. Let me just expend the spell slot.
So with silvery barbs, I have to roll another.
You roll,
die.
re-roll the d20 and use the lower roll.
Okay.
Hold on.
That's a 7.
I don't
So
see anything that says you get
Huh?
advantage of it.
its ability says if it's grappling you, it has advantage.
Hey, rolled a 7, right?
Yeah.
And then also...
Does an 11 hit you?
No.
Okay.
Can you give that natural 20 to somebody?
well, I can choose... Basically, I can choose someone and give them advantage on their
Yeah.
next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. So, I'll give you that advantage. I guess I don't know. Do I have to choose which one it is? Or, do you get the
I
think you just give him an advantage die.
You give
Yeah.
the advantage die.
I feel like you should
give
give
me
it to
a-
somebody else. I ain't breaking out of this thing on my own.
Oh.
I'm super weak. I need Muscle Man over here to come break me
I
out.
don't need advantage.
I'm reading important info if you want to get
Or Xander, he's there too.
I mean, does that advantage, do I need to use it as my first thing? Or is it something that I can keep and save for when?
I think it's your first one.
It's the first thing that you do?
It's not.
You got it on your next.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not
It
bardic
has to be.
inspiration.
Yeah.
Or anything like that.
I mean, I was just in case you need to make a in case you need to make a saving throw or something, whatever this thing is doing.
Cool. Keep in mind I have that.
Yeah. You have it for the next thing like doing.
Okay. This die is my advantage to something.
So at 20 initiative, because you were grappled by the door's tongue that's like lashing around you, pulls you through it and deposits you on the other side of the door.
Oh hey!
Oh, you've been hooped.
You can reveal that room on the other side.
This one.
Oh hey, Lady Garnette.
A bed.
Is she on the bed?
She is not.
Naked?
This room is empty, but there's a definite smell to it.
Oh,
Anything
sex
invisible?
smell, isn't
No
it?
smell. You don't notice anything immediately.
Okay.
The bed has definitely been used.
Yeah.
There's like
Any stains?
There's jizz everywhere.
you don't have enough time to look at it because
Okay.
as soon as you get dropped onto the floor here, the floor itself begins to wrap around you.
Oh,
Like the
Jesus
stone
Christ.
lifts up and wraps around you. You can put yourself inside of this.
I thought
Oh,
it
it's
was
a
something-
carpet.
It's just on the other side
It's like
of
an
it.
animated.
Yeah.
That's not fair. They're teaming up on me.
You're wrapped up by these like stone tiles.
Melter, you're gonna really want to do this.
Did anyone just see that?
You all would have seen
I
Calthair be pulled through the door,
Yeah.
and the door's mouth
Well, I definitely
almost
would
like
have
closed,
casting silver bars.
and its tongue is still like lolling.
Oh god, there's more on the other side. There's more on the other side. I'm being wrapped up.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying in your head. I don't know because I'm just like screaming that through my head right
Yeah.
now.
Yep.
I'm just gonna relay that to everyone. I guess it's my turn, right?
Arkmir, it's your turn.
Yes. Calthair's getting fucked.
Yeah, but this is more important.
Are you actually saying something, or are you like?
I'd be saying that. I don't know what's happening. I'm in a tiny little nugget. Oh shit.
I'm gonna point or yell at Big One, assuming it's not an action here, to be like, "Hey, we need your help over here." There's
Calthair's getting
shit
close.
going down. Calthair's. Did you say you were getting attacked by carpet, or did you just?
I
have
said
a-
I'm being wrapped. I said there's more on the other side. I'm being wrapped up.
You're being wrapped up. Calthair's being wrapped up, whatever that means. We need to save him. Okay. I am.
Well, I suppose.
I love how you've been telling Arkmir, don't touch anything, stop looking at stuff, and you're the one that gets us in this mess.
We're not in the mess. It's just him.
Yeah.
I mean, we could just
Arkmir, what
kinda
do you
go
do?
this way.
So I guess I'll move. Here. Assuming I can at least get it. Yeah, I should be able. I mean, I know it's. I guess it's kind of a mimic, but it's a door. Is it still flammable?
You have no idea. The flesh on it is moving very much not like you would expect a wood to move.
Yeah. Probably
I
not.
don't think you've ever seen any wood with teeth like that.
Yeah, you haven't seen my pants.
Yeah. I
Ask for the sex dungeon. This is the sex dungeon. There you go.
Calthair's getting wrapped in front of a used bed.
It's still a mouth, so
Jizz everywhere.
I will throw a psychic dagger at this guy.
Alright, roll ahead.
Not great. Shit. Where's my actions? That'd be 15 hit.
15 just misses.
17 hits, 15 misses.
Must mean it.
Yeah. I think that's it for my turn.
Okay.
I get the one action?
It is now the
I
trapper's
have a bonus,
turn
but
as
I'm
it's
not
coiling
going
around.
to use it on.
You are grappled by it, and it very much like the stone bricks almost like wrap you completely. You are not only are you grappled, you are restrained and blinded and deprived of air. You are suffocated.
Oh, sick.
I guess, wait, sorry, I can use my... I can throw my other blade. My second psychic blade is bonus
Go ahead
action.
and do it.
Okay. That one's a 17.
17 does hit.
Okay. And I will roll a...
You don't technically get sneak attack because there's nobody else within melee of it.
No, I don't. But this one is just actually I get a D6 now on this one. Well, that's a 1 plus.
I'm technically within 5 feet of it.
You're not a threat, dude.
Wow.
Why is he getting eaten if he ain't got a threat?
I think that's just 1 damage. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll also go with my offhand. I don't think I get
I
any
feel like
modifier on her.
you should be getting your like normal.
Damage modifier? Yeah. Oh, I guess then it would be like 5 damage.
Okay, that makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
How's it looking?
Yeah, it's on death's door.
Ah,
Kelvin,
I always like
at the start
going
of your
in boss
turn, you
fights
just
when our
feel
healer dies
almost
on
like
the
this.
floor.
It's
You're-
not my turn.
It's
Sorry, not at the
his
start of
turn.
your turn. At the start
After
of the
my
Trapper's
turn?
turn, after Arkmir's turn.
Yeah.
As you're being blinded and suffocated, you just feel almost like burning acid as it's trying to digest you. It is eating you. You are grappled, you are restrained, blinded, deprived of air, and it deals 12 acid damage to you.
We need to save him.
We'll just reload
So-
the save. It's fine.
DM, correct me if I'm wrong, but like all of that happened within like 1 action of this thing.
Technically, it was
The door
a
surprise
door.
ate me.
The door sucked him in and threw him right into the trapper, and the trapper on its turn did that. Damage.
Yeah. The door's gone twice,
Yes.
and the trapper's gone once.
For context, the door goes at 21 right after Calthir. The trapper goes at right after Arkmir at 10.
Right.
At
Okay.
10, and there's 4 of us who haven't even gone. Classic.
Timon, it's your turn.
I am going to yell at
Yeah.
Arkmir, get out of the way! And as I slam my fists together and I run towards the door with my hammer on hand to try and I'm trying to like break through the door. I'm trying to dislodge it off of the frame
You just go like
and make
right
it
through.
or go into it.
Sure.
I'm
Roll
yeah,
the hit.
I'm
31.
It's like a shove.
It is kind of like a shove, yeah. Let me just so if this is a shove, this is a strength check. Yes?
Yep.
So I get advantage on this. Nat 20.
Cool. You slam into this, and you almost like try to shove through it. The door doesn't feel like wood anymore. It feels like you're contacting flesh, almost like an adhesive flesh that would almost like stick to you. These sharp teeth are almost like stabbing into your arm as you try to like shove your way through further. Its tongue is like coiling in front of you. You gather that you can't break through it, but with your natural 20 on a roll, I'll let you be able to pull yourself back so that you're not stuck to it.
Okay. I can't break through this. I gotta hit it. So I will.
Its tongue just kind of like lolls out in front of it.
Okay. Cool. I will attack it. No. That doesn't hit. I'm too distracted by the tongue.
You're gonna die, son.
Xander, what are you doing?
Alright, well, my turn to help.
Same as
I will take a swing.
Okay.
Let's go with my short sword first.
Not Flame Boy?
No. The flame boy comes after. This one gives me advantage
Oh.
after. Well, I mean, that definitely goes because it's like a 22.
Nice.
That definitely hits.
4. 5 damage.
Okay.
Now this gets me advantage on my next hit, so Flame Tongue. That's 12.
Nice.
That misses.
God damn. Alright, and then the extra action on the Flame Tongue. Oh, it's a crit!
Nice.
That hits, but I'm gonna roll my 2d6. So 5 plus. And
Well, it's a
then,
crit, you double the damage on the dice.
Well, you
You
roll
roll
just
twice.
roll
twice, so
twice.
roll
Yeah.
official.
oh no, I did roll like so
Oh,
I rolled
okay.
a 2d6, so that's 5. So it's 8 plus.
It's a longsword, though, right? So it should always be 2d6.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Like, it's not long.
Or sorry.
I don't know why I tried
Yeah.
screen touching it. You don't have an iPad.
It should be a d10 or 2d6 if you're dual wielding.
Well, it's
So
a
I guess it would be
d6
a
plus
D10.
3.
Yeah, but I think you have the finesse light properties as opposed to. Because it's supposed to also.
It's supposed to be a flame tongue longsword, right?
Yeah.
Is
Oh
it?
no, it's a flame.
Oh, it's a scimitar. Sorry, yeah. Never mind. Yeah, scimitar. That is correct. That is
Yeah.
the right number of dice.
So 8 for slashing.
Does that damage ever go up? 1d6 permanently?
No, scimitar is 1d6 because it's like
It's one hand.
Damn,
Yeah,
that seems
it's like a
ass.
one-handed.
So
It's
8.
basically a short sword.
It's
So-
the
Yeah,
tire.
do weapons
Yeah.
not scale with level?
No.
Sorry, what was it?
So 8 for slashing,
Okay.
and then for fire it's 5.
That doubles as well.
Yes.
12.
Okay.
Well, 19. His crit's on 19.
So you nick it once with your short sword, almost like knocking its tongue away, and then you plunge your sword into it. The first stab doesn't like give purchase, but you stab again, and you can smell almost like burning flesh as your sword sinks into it. You pull it out. It seems hurt. It seems bloodied.
Oh, nice. That is all I can.
It's spraying this almost like black blood out onto the floor in front
I
of you.
missed 1 damage. Not that it matters. Maybe it does. But yes.
Dead.
I'll add it.
I think that's it. It's dead now. We got him.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Big one. What are you doing?
Well, the door's completely blocked, and I'm a melee character, so I'll just run close to them and end my turn. There's a giant dwarf man and another man just blocked it, so I can't do anything. So just I'm gonna be up to near the table, I guess.
Like here?
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. Astra.
Stretch your at it.
Calthier, look for a
don't
butt.
think I
Maybe
can
you
aim
can
at
crawl back through, go the opposite way, and then I'm gonna shoot Eldritch Blast.
Roll the hit.
First beam, 18.
That hits.
Okay, and then second beam,
Ooh.
29.
Nice.
Nat 20.
Definitely hits.
For nat 20. That's important.
Yeah, that
so
was a lot of
first beam. Wait, what was my damage again for this? Eldritch Blast, 1d10 plus 4. So 9 for the first one.
Okay.
Second one, which was the 20.
You roll it twice.
Oh, okay. So wait, do I add the plus 4? So 6 plus 4, so
once.
10.
Well, 6, then roll again.
Okay. 4.
10.
So
plus
14.
4. Yeah.
Okay.
The addition doesn't double, but you roll the dice twice.
Cool. You aim these 2 Eldritch Blasts and fire at it. One of them almost like hits the eye that appears in the door up above it and like causes it to wince. Black ichor just like spills out and splashes onto Timon, who's right in front of it. That's the end of your turn, Keltier. Or unless is there anything else you want to do?
Nah.
Keltier, what are you doing?
I guess the thing I will.
So you take don't you have like a breath counter? Don't you have to roll to see how long you can hold?
You can hold your breath for God knows how long in this game. That's
like
one of the dumb rules.
Something or other.
It's like up to your concentration score and stuff. You can hold breath for up to 1 plus con modifier minutes. So if your con modifier
So
is
3 minutes
Yeah.
is what I can roll.
So 3 rounds.
So a while.
30 rounds.
yes,
30 rounds. Nice.
So they're like, I'm literally laying the floor. Like this is the door. The floor is here. I came through, landed on the floor.
Yep.
So
and then the floor almost like coils and
okay.
wrap around you.
So
Please
check.
be Tom Cruise.
I'm gonna use Word of Radiance then.
Okay.
So basically, burning radius erupts from me in a 5 foot around me, and each creature of my choice, which will be the thing eating me and the thing that ate me, need to both make a con save.
I'm
Okay.
just picturing Ace Ventura where he comes out of his butt.
The thing that ate you
Yeah.
rolls a 15.
What is
Fail.
the butt of a door?
The thing that is eating
I
you
know. I want to know.
rolls a
I'm
6.
guessing it was
Also
it,
a
like,
fail. So they
opened up
take
and let him out and then closed back up.
No, it was a butt. It's got.
Yeah, so
It just had a little anus.
Yeah.
6 radiant damage.
Okay.
Maybe it's got like a little.
Maybe that was enough for
butt.
the door, though. I don't know.
It was not.
Really? He was bloody.
It's
Took
looking
20.
very rough. As you all can almost see like this like bright light almost like pierces through places of the door, and you can now
Don't do it,
like
looks
faintly
really
see
alright.
like it almost like bulges forward a bit and then like recoils. It's looking pretty weak.
You didn't tell us anything about what you read.
The other
on
side,
your turn?
please.
With what time?
Your whole turn.
I was
I forget you
reading
have
the-
advantage this turn first.
I get advantage on the next thing that I need to roll for.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I didn't need to roll.
It's
for
within
that.
the next minute.
Oh, okay.
He performed an action that didn't require it.
I'm going to guess on the trapper's turn. Maybe something I'll have to roll, but I don't know. I might just take damage because I'm in it.
Now the door goes.
The door does go. The door is going to try and lash out its tongue at. Arkmir, why not?
What? I didn't do nothing.
I should
About
be
it.
immediately
Dagger
by
it.
the door.
They're closer to it.
But it's a smart door.
I was engaged at the door. Like immediately, I literally shoved him to.
You did.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that tongue goes up and over.
You and Xander are both next to it. I'm going to roll a die. On an even, it'll go for you. On an odd, it'll go for Xander.
Odd.
These rolls.
Yeah. I'm just gonna roll.
One.
See how it is.
We need to see more roll with it.
So Xander,
Damn you, are weird.
does a 16 hit you?
No.
Okay.
I never ran away.
Its tongue almost like lashes out at you, and you just knock it back. It's going to make a second attack.
I couldn't do that, Xander.
Does a 21 hit you?
Oh yeah, that.
Wait, that might not hit you. What's your AC?
That
8.
Yeah.
You take 8 bludgeoning damage
Okay.
and 4 acid damage. The tongue almost like grabs you and sticks to you
Oh no.
and pulls you towards it.
Help.
And at 20 initiative, you get pulled through the door onto the other side. Now, unfortunately, the trapper is already busy, so you kind of like land on top of it and like roll off.
What
Make
the hell is
Make a
this?
dexterity save for me.
Can I still see?
You feel a
at
large
all?
impact as something plugs into you. You're blinded, so you can't see anything. But you do feel an impact as something like hits you, and then you probably hear Xander making some sort of. Make a dexterity save for me. Dexterity save. For me.
Oh right.
Just to see if you land on your feet or not.
16.
You land on your feet. You land on this thing and then roll over, and are able to just catch almost like a 3-point Black Widow landing behind it. You are in you're in what seems like a bedchamber or a boudoir of sorts.
Guys, the floor's talking to me. I don't
And you notice in front of you this like coiled up, almost like stone, strange black leathery flesh moving, squirming around, and muffled sounds coming from inside.
Out there, where are you?
Just go hop on the bed.
Are you in the bed?
You and Arkmir, it's your turn.
My turn.
You just saw Xander be wrapped with a tongue and then pull through the door.
Yeah, it looks a little nerve-wracking. Assuming I'll just hop over here just so I can get a better line of sight. I will attack this door.
Okay.
I do have Vex as a result of hitting on my last turn. Let's see.
Roll the hit.
I love how you said line of sight. I don't think you guys realize how big this door is.
I don't know. I
These
just
things
was
are at least
like,
10
I'm
feet
fury.
At least.
I just wanted to step aside.
It's bigger than the door. Or it's bigger than the walls.
14. Yeah, these should hit. 15. Plus 9 or 10. 25. Yeah.
Okay. That definitely hits.
Yep. It's also huge. So
Well, you had advantage anyways, right?
yeah. Oh yeah,
So,
sure.
you-
So
yeah.
sneak advantage or sneak attack rather.
Sneak
advantage. Okay. I will. Yeah, I'll just bop it with all of them. Okay. So.
Pop it.
Twist it.
Pull it.
Oh.
Those are some strange instructions out here.
What are you saying? I'm delirious. I don't know. I can't see anything.
21 psychic damage.
Ooh.
Why don't you paint me a picture of how you kill this door? What does it look like as your psychic dagger almost sinks into it?
Almost.
It does sink into it.
What would it look like? I guess it's like, yeah, it's full, like, I guess kind of deforms from, like, looking like a door at all, but I'm just imagining, like, that black blood just pooling out of its mouth to the ground.
Yep. As your dagger sinks into it, almost it's like eyes rupture with this black blood. Its mouth seems like its drool just like seeps out onto the floor in front of you. As the entire door seems to almost liquefy, leaving just an empty archway.
There's so much time and it's just like.
And behind it, you can see you can put the normal door back in there. If you'd like.
Open it up.
Yeah, just open. And you can see inside this like rolled up thing on the floor, and it's just Xander just standing behind it, confused. But you can now see through to it. You don't see Kelter anywhere.
I will move in. 1, 2. Can I run along the walls?
You And it's a bit of a tight squeeze, but
Sure.
I'll allow it.
And I'm in here. Hopefully, don't get engulfed by anything. Like, how dare you there?
Are you saying that in your mind?
I'll probably say yeah out loud at this point.
How
but-
well can I hear inside this
Not
thing?
well.
And you're just hearing like.
I will end my turn there.
Okay. It is now the trapper's turn. The trapper continues to digest its food.
It's weird.
Is it like moving while it's doing it?
But I
A
see.
little bit. You take 12 points of bludgeoning damage. And 5 points of acid damage.
Really
Jesus,
soften
getting
them
fucked.
up.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all it does.
Oh, that's it.
It doesn't do much except for trying to eat what it's supposed to eat. Timon, it's your turn.
Is that called to you? Alright, and I attack.
Roll the hit.
I'm gonna get hit.
On a natural 1, you will damage Calvin.
Natural
on
2?
attacks while you. I'm going to make this clear that you are trying to attack something that has currently got your friend inside of it.
That makes sense.
That was a natural 2, so
Okay.
just by but for a total of 11, so I'm guessing that
That misses me.
okay.
Stationary.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just nervous. Alright, natural 19
That
for
hits.
28. What do I roll? Where's another D8? 6, 4, 10, 11. Yeah, 18 points of damage.
That is a sizable amount of damage. Is there anything else you'd like?
No.
Back out so the other ones can get in.
Can I jump across?
You can certainly try.
I will jump across.
Make an athletics check.
What are these sick moves?
He like runs back and gets a running start, cartwheels and
Trips over me and lands on top of me, crushing me.
no longer wiggling in there.
That was 22.
You're able to leap over this, and now make an acrobatics check on the other side to see if you can land on your feet.
3-point landing.
Acrobatic?
Yeah.
13.
That's enough.
It's an
You're-
impressive jump while giants might be sized.
Are you giant sized?
I am.
Okay.
That changes.
I just feel like your head would be too close to the ceiling, is all. Right?
Okay.
Like if you're giant sized, I feel like you might not be able to leap over it.
Okay, so put me back where I was.
He tried it and then hit his head.
Yeah, you probably would have realized that like there's maybe not enough room for all of you to get through. It's not like the ceilings here aren't super tall. You are in an underground chamber after all.
Take a step back.
Sure, I will take 3 steps back.
You take 3 steps back. It does not have any attacks of opportunity because it is a piece of gold.
And that's it for my turn.
Okay. Xander, you're next.
Alright, well, I'm gonna swing my short sword.
Don't hit me.
That is a 16.
16 hits.
Alright, so that is for slashing. 9.
That's 9 damage.
Alright, and I get advantage on this flaming scimitar. Oh, it's crit.
Oh, he's
Oh.
coming again.
So slashing for 13.
Okay.
And then fire 7 plus 9.
Wow.
9 damage for fire.
Still good damage.
Yeah, it's looking bloodied.
Well, I still got one more attack.
It's like actually bloody.
Oh no.
You can see like in portions of its
That's a 10.
like body, a 10 misses.
Okay.
You can see where like Xander's blade is like slashing and burning through. Pieces of its flesh are parting, and similar like black blood is kind of oozing out of it onto the floor. You can see pieces of like Calthir inside of it.
Just
as,
for a
like,
second, you just see my
cut
eyeball.
up. You also smell as he cuts through this like burning flesh, like Calthir is being digested with acid. All right, that's your turn. Big one. What are you doing?
Well, I'll go in. Can I see Calthir in the mess?
I think you can make out Calthir is inside of this thing rolling around and making sounds. It's not. No, it is still grappled and like it's still bound and restrained.
Move me in there, girl. I can't attack from there.
Yeah, but don't be in my way.
Too late. I'm already in your way. Well, if I can't see any part of him, take the shot. I will punch.
He's just yelling, "Take the goddamn shot!"
On a 1, he punches me right in the dick.
And he's at 25.
That definitely hits.
For 12 damage.
Why don't you paint me a picture of what it looks like as this
Yeah.
thing
Like,
crumples
scoping it
and
out.
falls back apart,
I'm holding
leaving
this, I'm like-
Calthir on the floor.
I aim for what looks like Kelthier's head.
You do the awesome power with like huge top.
But it was like that. It's not even a hard punch. It's perfect position. And I punch through him and pull out Kelthier's head.
You connect and rip,
Just as, like,
rip its flesh apart, and as it completely like
Digested body.
remains to falling flat,
And then while I'm
almost
holding him, like
dissolves into black
this.
ooze.
I look at the paper, I'm like,
But
Calthir, you find yourself free in the big one's arms, covered in black ooze and burning acid, as you all find yourself in now this boudoir chamber. The scent of roses seems to have dissipated a little bit, both with this strange ooze that's been
it's a weird monster.
Ew, there's ooze
smelling
all
all
over
around you.
bedroom.
All over me.
Yeah, you're covered.
But it still mixes in with a very
you're like
strong,
Carrie, but covered.
a very strong, still a floral scent, as well as the scent of human flesh and fornication.
Ew, it is sex smell. Blech.
6 thunder.
You did say it's a sex thing.
I mean, we've been.
And you find yourself in this bed chamber or boudoir of sorts.
Wow.
What would you like to do?
Is there any more monsters?
Is this a bookcase?
You
Oh,
take
God.
a little bit of a breath
I'm gonna go punch the bookcase.
as you
Is it though?
It's a
take a
bookcase, I
breath.
think.
You find yourself in this bed chamber. Just off to your left, there's this massive 4-poster bed that clearly shows signs of having been used. There's a small, dressing table boudoir with a bunch of bottles and vials of perfume and cloth and fabric on it, as well as a mirror.
Timon, you should probably smash all the furniture.
Alright.
And to
No,
your
not
right,
even
there is a
kidding.
very large bookshelf with all
Let's
sorts
start
of
with the mirror.
ornate books on it. There's a few shelves with just closed up locked artifacts, strange pieces of crystals, and all sorts of various
Do I
storage
notice
items.
any paper like this anywhere?
Can I throw my hammer at the mirror immediately as soon as I see it?
Well, the mirror is basically the dressing table. You'd have
Good.
to walk to be in front
Do
of
it.
Okay, I'll do that. Excuse me.
You walk in front of it, you see your reflection staring back at you. You throw your hammer at it, it breaks and shatters into
Perfect.
many small pieces, clattering onto the ground.
Esther's gonna have a look at
Covers this dressing table.
I'm gonna talk to Arkmir and Calthir. Guys, we might have a pretty big problem. I think your sister has gotten into some stuff that is a little bit more than we thought. Does the ritual of awakening or infernus mean anything
That's not.
to you?
Do I say that?
Ritual of anchoring.
Much better.
Ritual of anchoring mean anything to you?
Don't believe I've heard that before.
We heard infernus before?
We've heard Infernus.
You've heard
Oh,
Infernus.
furnace was what's his name?
yeah, Salmir.
I don't think we've heard of the ritual of anchoring.
Do I know that?
Would I
Make
know
an
that?
Arcana check.
Okay.
I'll give you advantage on it. You can roll with normal Arcana if you'd like.
But I still have my advantage from...
Sure.
Oh,
You have super advantage.
Oh, that was a pretty good roll.
yeah, that was not good.
What was it, Arcana? 21.
You try to think back to it, and you recall the ritual that
That's what I was
Red Ohm
wondering.
and the ritual that at
Yeah.
your home and things, and you recall the fact that the city of Red Ohm was kept afloat by something called the Nexus Anchor. You combine those two things together in your mind, and you gather that it might be referring to that ritual, very specifically that same one.
1 second. I'm gonna cast a couple fields on me.
We also have some health potions if you want to save spell slots.
I'm just using a couple level 1s.
Could just use those easily.
Yeah, it must be nice.
Not a lot. I'm still pretty hurt.
Does the name Levistus mean anything to you?
Yes. Wait, have you guys not heard
You've heard that name.
I've heard it, but
What
I
does it
don't know.
mean to you?
The anchor.
Prince of Stygia.
The anchoring ritual, likely the one that was used for Redhome, and also the one that was used many years ago in Linvarnum. Linvarnum. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, the Rexate that destroyed the original home of my people. I believe it's probably the same ritual.
Is she trying to cast that here?
I'm not quite sure. I'm assuming your sister wrote these letters or journal entries. It seems that Vesh is working with your sister and introduced her to Karis. He was the one that got them involved.
Well, we knew there was some affiliation there, though it sounds like that
And it just says
relationship maybe.
Karis was guarded, but was questioning the ritual of anchoring, seems surprisingly knowledgeable about the secretive subject. Vesh had worked with him for almost a century. And that she wants to continue her research on the ritual of anchoring. She just needs more time. But the time for Infernus to come calling is near. And then there's also her realizing that her blood is a direct belonging to the Prince of Stygia, Levistus himself, and that she's been to the Hells. Doesn't sound very good.
trouble.
I mean, the ritual, or whatever it is she's trying to do, may have relation to the vision that we saw of Redhome crashing into Sophia.
So she might be undoing?
Potentially. Maybe trying to reverse whatever is holding Redhome up there.
But why?
I don't know. Release Kazmaraz, potentially? Maybe he's also stuck there because of the anchoring, I don't know.
She says that working with, I'm guessing, Karis provides us with great sway among the denizens of the Hells of Bador.
Yeah,
By the way, are you alright? Do you want... I offer you a potion.
You'll want to be at your best.
Sure. Yes.
I'll give you a regular potion of healing.
Which is...
It says here 2d4 plus 2 on my 2014 player's handbook.
Oh, that's not bad.
Actually may use
9.
this as well. Why?
Thank you. That was not enjoyable, being digested like that.
She
How
also- oh, sorry. go ahead.
how are you?
About 2/3 of my health.
Now, the last piece from these entries that I've found so far, she says that with his help, we will be much closer to finding a way to save Mother. Does that mean anything to you?
To save Mother? No. Levistus is a name I've heard before, but never referred to as Mother.
Well, are they two different people? Seems the Prince of
Sounds like
Stygia,
that.
Levistus himself. She's in a contract.
May I take a look at the page?
There's multiple pages.
Just mark the one that I handed to you as being the front because it actually the ordering of those is important. So that's let me just double check and make sure
Don't
that
read
is the
back.
front.
Well, I read that whole page, so that's the side you handed to me.
Yes, that is the front.
Read the side that has double.
I really should have just printed it on 2
Probably.
pages.
Oh god,
And then
it's cursive.
stapled it.
I know, that's why I was struggling to read it.
It's handwritten. He just the big one hands these like scraps of paper to Arkmir and he begins to make his way through reading them. What do the rest of you
It
do?
sounds like she's gotten herself in quite the scenario.
Astra's just having a quick look at the bookshelf. She's not going to touch anything unless any titles specifically call out to her.
Make an investigation check for
To
me.
see if there's a hidden door.
I mean,
Just like
oh,
slightly out.
Make an investigation check for me.
Investigation.
Secret bookshelf. Better roll great.
Nice.
Flash of genius.
10.
No, not on that.
It's strange. There's a lot of books there, but none of them seem interesting to you. They seem rather like reductive, like almost like research books of like.
In the sex dungeon?
Yeah. Turns around.
Lame.
This is her bedchamber, guys. It's not a sex dungeon.
I mean,
The smell says
Just because she
otherwise.
might have had sex in her bedroom,
With
that
the
doesn't.
mimics?
That doesn't
With the door and the.
did you see that, Tom?
Yeah, none of the books seem to stand out to you. There's a few small, like, aside from books, there's like a few glass cases. Inside one of them is a pretty well preserved skull. That seems to stand out to you, and then almost like draws your attention a little bit because it's just like staring back into the room. But other
Just
than
look
that,
close with my glasses. But I'm not going to touch it.
nothing.
I'm gonna walk back out into this room.
Okay.
I already put my ear up to the other door, so
You did.
but I'm still gonna like lift my glaive
As
and
you
just,
step back into this room, the smell from the other room, even though the door is open, completely disappears. And you just smell roses.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm still gonna just like take my glaive and kind of like poke it to the door, and it has 10 feet reach. So
I'm
even
gonna
if it
follow
had-
him to be
I'm
also
sure he
gonna
doesn't
follow.
get swallowed again.
Your stabbing just bounces off of the door.
It's like a wooden.
We
door.
don't have access to this.
You have access to both.
No, we have access to both.
You have a bunch of scraps of
Give me
paper.
that back. I'm reading it for you. Give me that shit. You said don't read the back.
No, I said read the
Read it in order. That's what he
God.
said.
The ordering matters,
Hurry up,
guys.
they won.
Yeah, this door does not try to eat you.
Okay.
It's just a door.
Oh, it hits on it real quick.
Why? So you're probably going up to every door being like,
How about here?
yeah.
Well, I mean,
Whoa!
I also wanted to take a look at the desk if there was anything
Yep.
here.
Make an investigation check.
Yeah.
The
I
runner
probably
on
should
the
have
desk wraps you up.
Yeah.
Investigate. 15.
You notice there's like a small bowl with a bunch of fruit in it that looks old but smells delicious. It's very strange. There's also like a couple of candles on the side of the table that aren't lit. You look around and there is a desk drawer, but the drawer is locked.
Oh, interesting. Can I like try to pry it open with my sword?
I don't think there's enough of an
Damn.
opening to try and jam a sword in
Oh
there.
shit! Guys, I didn't tell you half of it.
Arkmir, there seems to be a locked door.
Mark where the big one are just huddled in the corner, just going over these scraps of
He's like-
paper.
What's
door.
that? Something that needs to be opened?
Sorry, like this.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
Not a minute.
After I smashed the mirror, I wanted to investigate the little like dresser
Okay.
to see if I can find anything.
You notice immediately there's a bunch of half-melted candles on the dresser itself. There's a vial of perfume with like a fancy like poofy sprayer thing.
Here you go, man.
There's like a couple of drawers
Mandolin?
underneath
Mandolin?
that you
Your
open.
real name.
Marinda
There's
is a
just
city.
a bunch of scraps of
Yours,
clothes
your
in
name.
there. Just like various assortments of, just like, it seems like a normal dresser and wardrobe. You don't find anything out of the ordinary. Very fancy, ornate clothes. There's like a small box with like some, you flip it open, and there's like a few small, fairly simple looking rings in it. None of them that seem magical to you. Just like plain metal rings and bangles and stuff. Seems very much just like a dresser.
All right. Then I turn to the bed and I turn the bed.
Yeah. Let's go cover stuff.
Make a perception check for me.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, daddy mad. Oh, spicy.
What does it say?
Daddy's doing
23.
So you grab the sheets of the bed and you pull them off. They're all fairly dirty and stained in some ways.
I feel like, okay.
I don't actually know what turning a bed means, so explain to me
Like
exactly what it is
flipping
you're
it.
doing.
I am flipping
the entire
like
bed and the mattress and everything?
out of the way because
Okay.
I want to see if there's anything hidden.
Does turning a bed also mean like you're making the
Yeah,
bed
that's
again?
kind of. I just
Never
assumed
heard
it's
that.
like throwing the sheets
very nice
off, but
of
if
you.
you're throwing the
Oh,
mattress
I haven't
as
heard it
well,
described that way.
you
should-
notice underneath the
flipping
bed all sorts of.
Sex toys.
Yeah, there's like a couple of whips, a couple of polished metallic devices,
This is the
Ah.
kinky.
stone and marble. It's
Describe the
very
shapes.
much.
Yeah.
They're very phallic in shape.
It's weird.
You
These are strange
also
weapons I've never seen.
make another perception check for me.
Probably like a torture sex thing.
There's definitely a few whips and handcuffs, and as you notice, the four poster beds here clearly, as upon closer inspection, have these like
Bondage.
almost like hook
Never seen
spots. And as you're turning it, you look up and you see there is a mirror on the ceiling
Hell
of this
yeah.
bed.
Mirror on the ceiling?
Yeah.
Reminds me of back home.
As you throw the mattress over, that's all you know.
That's all I noticed.
Is there a crystal sword taped to the bottom of the mattress? Crystal sword.
Alright, I blush a little. I assume there's a green one, a purple one, a black one. Oh, the black one's big. Alright.
You guys were asking for a sex dungeon. That's what you get. Spent 80 episodes asking.
But
Should
I
have
don't
brought
wanna
an
touch
episode
anything.
69.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Now that I'm here,
And,
it just feels dirty.
Can I, like, do I notice anything could be hidden inside of the mattress itself? Like from looking at it underneath?
You go and inspect the mattress, you don't notice anything.
No?
Just nip nor tied to the bottom.
Yes.
I've been here forever.
Oh, and I see the mirror up in the ceiling,
Yep.
and I throw my hammer at it.
Yep, you shatter the mirror, shards of the mirror. You're all seeing time to do this, and you've seen them like throw this bed mattress off to the side, shatter some mirror on the ceiling that just like falls and covers the bed or the bed frame now. The bed frame is still on the ground.
Sure.
That is.
Yeah. After I like poke the door a little bit, I'll just start to walk back that way and just be like, should we keep moving through?
Cheers.
Timing, just roll a d20 for me.
Oh boy.
Destiny die.
Destiny die? It's a 13 right there.
I think with the amount that you're like tossing and turning the bed and investigating it, you would have noticed that the bed does not move. Like you like lean up against it, and you expect like with your like weight and like pushing on it, it doesn't move. It does not move.
What the fuck?
Movable bed.
It's pretty useful.
No
It
creep.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
No creep.
Astro started.
This is some kinky shit right here. Astra, you see this doesn't move.
Oh. Not really good for jumping on the bed.
Alright, while these guys are investigating the boudoir out there, are you and the big one just at this door?
Wait, before the door,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, am I able to help Xander with the table?
Yeah.
Try.
The store is locked.
We'll try and pick it open. I always forget this. So am I adding with these tools? I roll a d20, and then is it like adding my dex?
Pretty sure you get advantage on this too. Because of the gloves.
Yeah, it would be just dex and proficiency, I think.
Dex and proficiency.
If you are proficient in it.
So, advantage. Okay. It's going to be at least a 22. Where do I find... I have my dex and then proficiency.
I'm on here. It's right there.
A 22 is enough.
Oh, you get +5 to it for any dexterity checks made to pick locks.
Okay, well, yeah.
You
That's
probably
a lot.
got 30 something.
You spend a little bit of time jimmying this lock, and you pop it open. Inside, there's a small pouch with maybe like a couple of gemstones, a couple of rubies that are probably only worth like 20 gold each. So 2 rubies worth about 20 gold each. And one very, very large, almost like round, purple stone. Looks like an oval, like purple stone.
God damn.
About shaped like an egg.
Does it
Well,
come with a book? With
Do
a
you know
map
what this
in
is?
it?
Yeah. Put it in the mouth.
I have... Do we recognize it in any way?
You have no idea. It just looks like a big purple egg to you.
Okay. Well,
It's metallic, glossy, polished. Looks like a stone of sorts.
This is mine now.
we'll take it.
It's about yay big.
How much? What was in the bag? It was like...
rubies.
Just 2 rubies worth like 20 gold each.
Okay.
Nothing fancy.
That's a fancy bag.
Actually, inside of that pouch with the 2 rubies, there would be a really, really old note that just says, "Thank you, Professor, for the excellent grade."
Oh,
suck
private
up.
student motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's our bag anyway. They would have stolen it off the student.
Cool. So what else is happening in this room?
Well, we're gonna.
Well, I was
open
checking
it,
the door,
yeah.
and then I was just saying, should we keep moving?
Yes. Your sister's in some shit.
You crack open the door, and immediately the smell of the roses that has been buffeting you kind of fades away, and you just smell chemical substances, formaldehyde, strange chemical
shit.
things. You may remove that piece of
Completely? All set.
you can also turn those
turn
lights
on the switches.
on. There's 2 of them on opposite ends.
There's one right here.
It's like my
Yeah.
anatomy labs.
There's a weapon rack.
Just like my anatomy labs.
Is that wrong?
That's less of a metal rack and more of just like there's a bunch of saws and like bone saws and pliers and like wrenches and things all placed there. There's a small, almost like a necropsy table with a bunch of blood stains and strange chemical stains. It doesn't even, like, it's hard to tell that it even is stone. Off in the far corner, as you can see, there's a large, almost, it looks like a stone boulder of sorts, but it's actually not. It's a metal, almost like orb. And sticking out of it, there are spears. What look like spears at, like, odd angles.
Okay.
And impaled onto those spears are 4 perfectly preserved corpses.
Horses?
Just dangling off of it.
Exactly like my anatomy lab.
Strangely enough, you don't smell any rotten flesh. And you notice that the wounds and the bodies of these that you can see impaled in the corner seem perfectly preserved. There's no blood seeping out of them, there's nothing.
And there is a door.
That is
beside
what
it.
you see.
As much as I would like to go into this
From
room,
where you are standing, that is what
I
you
would
see.
prefer not to lead this time.
Oh god, I guess I'll go. I will go in cautiously. And start walk. There's a door. There is the door to the left of the corpses.
Yeah, you notice there's a door, almost, it's not a door, it's like a gate. Like bars that are, like, it is very clearly a barred off, like, pathway.
Barred off.
You can hear faintly as you're taking steps into this room, and with the door open, you hear a faint, almost like squelching sound coming from past that gate.
What does that mean?
There's just something past that gate that's making a squelching sound.
What's a squelching sound? That?
Yeah, that.
I feel like, I thought it'd be like a piglet sound.
No, that's an oinking
I will
sound.
slowly walk
not
up to
voice.
the bodies and look
Squelch.
left. I won't go right up to the gate, but I'll like walk up to the bodies and then peer into the.
I'll be close behind him.
I'm gonna grab the fruit that was on this table.
The rotten fruit.
Fruit?
Yeah, the rotten fruit that apparently smells good.
It looks
That's 'cause
awful,
everything
but it smells
smells good in
delicious.
this room.
That is true.
I'm just,
Well, I don't
this
know.
may be useful.
As soon as you step into this room, the fruit smells disgusting.
Oh god, this was a mistake.
The rose cell is gone.
Yeah, you find yourself in basically a small laboratory. Or laboratory. There's a bunch of like shelves with all sorts of strange chemicals, preserving liquids, jars of strange pastes and poultices. There's a table here that clearly has had a bunch of research done on it, and a giant metal rock, or orb, essentially, with spears and corpses. As you walk up to the gate, you take a look through it. You don't see anything. It looks like just a small cavern, and very quickly after the gate, almost like the bars themselves, there's just a hole down. It's not a path, it's a hole. It's like it just goes deep straight down.
In here?
Yeah. Nothing happened. You rattle the bars a little bit. Nothing happened.
Aloha Mora.
Nothing happened.
I'll take the fruit that I have and throw it through the, I guess, bars and into the hole and try to see how long it takes before it makes a sound.
It takes a bit, probably like 15-20 seconds, and then
Oh, it's pretty deep.
I guess I will mention this because I forgot to mention it. Beside the gate, on the left side, there's a small sign that just says disposal.
Oh.
The garbage chute.
Basically.
Sorry, can you re-explain what the orb with the horses, what that looks like?
It looks like a large metal orb or sphere, almost like this.
Corpses.
Oh, I heard horses.
Almost like
No, Asha, it's like, where do you guys see horses?
That's
Those
why
aren't horses.
that's why I was like, this is like my anatomy lab.
keep horses impaled on spears.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, dear
not
God.
quite.
Baby horse, a giant rock with corpses.
There's a
hanging on
giant
it.
metal orb.
Okay.
And as you take a look at it, one thing immediately jumps out at you.
Electricity.
It is made of electrosteel. There are components of electrosteel to its
She also
constructions
mentioned
throughout.
schema in that letter.
Charge it up.
These spears that are jutting
Oh, I
out
could
from
charge
it,
it
there are
up.
4
Yeah.
corpses of various ages.
We don't recognize any of the corpses, though.
Oh.
No, you do not.
Oh.
Not a former lover of mine.
They look mostly young.
Of course they do.
Not too young, not inappropriately young, but young.
Oh, you
14.
What? It was fine before you had to go.
See, this is why you do it to yourself.
Not too.
And they're like impaled on the outer
So
surface
there are
of this.
spears
Not
jutting out from the
inappropriately young.
orb.
Very young.
Yeah.
Just like almost piercing their flesh at various different spots. One is through the stomach, one is through like the neck, and they're just like impaled and like spread out almost like onto the surface of the massive like
I
orb.
could try that. I could try to add a little electricity to it. It's a good conductor. It's
But
probably the best conductor.
So there's
does
no.
anybody have speak with dead?
My character in Baldur's
I
Gate.
can turn undead.
I can also do that.
They just exploded.
So there's no other. I don't see any other doors or passageways in this room.
Make an investigation check.
What do those shells and things have?
Spoiler alert, the bed is the secret passage. We're just trying to find the bug.
Jesus fucking Christ. 11.
You spend a little bit of time rifling through the shelf. You don't notice anything. Yeah, there's nothing immediately obvious to you that would
Do I notice it?
make an investigation
I
check.
walk out of
You
the room.
Walk around and investigate them.
I walk out of the room, but I'm muttering. Where could they
Investigation. Be at least yeah.
The
Oh. 20.
With a 20, you actually do notice something. You notice that behind
In the corner, she's
the
just-
shelf
Oh,
that has like these strange alchemical devices,
There's a horse.
you just barely make out like there's like a small separation between the wall and it.
yeah.
And you just notice almost like streaks across the floor that seem like
It was moved.
it has been moved recently.
Move it.
No, Katya, come back, please.
As you pull that shelf
There ain't
forward,
nothing in between.
behind it there's a clearly a raised tile.
Oh no.
No, press it. It opens the
It's
bed.
on the wall over there. Beep. As you push the wall, the
We all
tile from your left, there's a loud, almost like creaking noise as the stone lifts up. Can you swap this tile and that tile, the one with the little slit in the bottom?
This one?
Yep. And you can remove that slit.
Oh my god.
Reveals a door. No, over there though.
Put that over there.
Over
Yeah.
here.
That's gonna
I
be
can just
one
put
of
the
those.
secret door marked with a slit on the top of it. And can I get number 2 open, please?
That's number 2.
And can you move those and attach them over here?
Oh,
Just number
I
2.
see.
Oh.
Oh shit, this is that thing, isn't it? Oh wait, no, never mind. I thought it was that thing.
It's the thing.
It's the thing, guys!
What's the thing?
For some reason I was thinking it was the thing at the Mushroom Lounge.
Attach it.
The metal spider thing.
Scorpion?
Yeah.
So
Oh.
Not
no.
quite the same, but
Same, but...
let's lift up some of these things.
Same, but different.
Oh god.
I'm scared.
That's a murder robot, right?
Yeah.
C-Bot!
That is not Seabot.
It could be
So,
a C-Bot.
a few things happen as
It's
this
C-bot.
stone wall almost like lifts up.
It's gonna be some Indiana
Who's
Jones
closest
shit.
to the wall?
Probably me. You wouldn't be there. He opened the thing over here.
I was over there, I see.
I was right by the rock here.
Yeah.
Astra, I guess.
I'm
definitely I'm back here somewhere.
Astra, go in there.
Astra's
Go to
theoretically
the
close
death
me.
device.
It'd be me or Astra.
I'm like at the door, yeah.
So there's a few things that whoever's closest to it notices almost immediately.
I want to be close to the
As this
door.
wall opens, a wave of just like cold air spews out from this hidden chamber, almost like freezing cold.
Almost like the hells.
And accompanied
I like
with it
it.
is the worst stench that you have smelled in a while.
Oh, big one.
Smells
It
good.
smells of urine and rotten corpses and shit and all sorts of just awful blood and corpses and death.
Sex,
in every
sex stuff.
And of course.
It smells awful.
Smells good.
You look past in front of you and you notice off to your, almost like right in front of you, in a recessed little chamber, is a strange electrosteel, clearly Magitech device. In the middle of it, there's a small circular orb that is spinning, consistently spinning.
Please get that purple one.
You also hear from your left
In the cage.
just a voice just mumbling.
Oh.
You hear it say, "Radiant Keeper of the Final Dawn, let your light find me, even in the shadow. Burn away my shame, and carry what's left of me to your mort. So
Who's in the
Navi,
cage?
Radiant Keeper of the Final Dawn, let your light find me." Just like muttering.
Brother Xander.
Hello?
No. Brother Xander. I put my hand
You
on
hear just a little gasp as this voice
Alright.
stops.
Yeah. I put my hand on Astra. Brother Xander, come here. Stop licking my hand, it's weird. I think there's someone praying or something in there. Sounds like a very faint whimper. Female? Something?
Male.
Male.
It smells awful. Like even you can.
I'm not even holding my daughter. Stop looking at me. I don't know if you
What
want
do
to
you-
approach with caution. Be careful of the murder robot C-Bot.
We should proceed with caution,
Also,
but
do you have that orb? Does it look like the same size on the thing?
It looks similar. Yes. Big
won't
one.
do that yet, yeah.
I would like you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Saving throw.
Okay.
Is this against being charmed or frightened?
No, it's a memory check.
Memory check.
It's
How
literally what it
How
was.
much does... Fuck, I'm not there yet. Well, I would have
That's
heard
okay, I
this
can
shit
have
open,
some
but I
stuff.
gotta make my way back
I have a
over
lot of stuff.
there. So,
Actually, maybe
If I add that plus the 4, 18.
You recall having seen a device like this before. It is very similar to the device in the small chamber that Hezric was holed up in, that Arkmir first used to have a conversation with Lady Garnette, where she met him in front of a frozen
Spinning
ice
orb
wall,
thing.
the spinning orb that you
that.
touched.
Yeah.
and-
I'm so glad I remember that from 2 years ago. Nothing you just said rings any
Oh,
bells.
yeah.
Oh, shit!
but it looks similar.
I don't think we have the
wait,
description of that
was
machine
this
like
the
that.
thing in the basement?
Yes,
When I
but
killed
you
the-
were in and out of being you. At
The
that
only thing I
point, so
remember is
you
you
wouldn't
cast
actually
darkness and
remember.
tried slitting his throat,
Yeah.
blocking him like a
You were
goat.
like, yeah, it was
So
dark,
I
and then I lit
remember,
it
but
up,
Asher
and you're like,
doesn't remember.
uh,
Okay.
well, I like lit up with
Did
the
that
moon
thing
dagger, and
have
she's
an orb
holding
on it?
Yep, the
in
pattern
the, like,
orbit was spinning.
Purple?
trying to break
no,
his neck.
Neither is this one. This one isn't purple either. It's
Okay.
blue.
Okay.
The other one was what color?
I think it was blue as well, but it was, or yes.
So I will tell that, and then I'll be like, psst.
Oh,
You hear a very faint voice coming from within. Hello. Is it? You're not her, are you? Who is it?
Who's speaking right now?
Jesus.
sorry, you have to wait.
Jesus.
I'm like, you gotta wait. We have more important things.
Yeah.
Wrong meeting.
Brother Xander, is that you?
Oh shit.
How do you know me?
You recognize the voice.
Oh, you?
Actually, it's very faint and almost like broken. But as he calls out, "It's me, Brother Harold. Please, have you slayed the witch?"
We have not. Where are you?
As you enter,
Yeah.
you can see just like collapsed in this cage on top of a pile of maybe half a dozen rotting corpses
Oh, dear God.
that are frozen over and crystallized over. Is this very weak, emaciated man who is simply captured here and almost like holding up to the wall, just like looking out at you, his face all gaunt. It doesn't seem like he's eaten much. His attire is soaked in his own piss and blood. He doesn't look well.
Okay.
Give him some
Praise-
of the fruit.
Praise be to the light. I'd lost all hope.
Waste your healing, I got this.
Okay. Well, we need to open the.
I cast darkness.
I've got this, guys.
I will pull out an apple, and my trunk will go through the thing and give him, do you need food?
Thank you. He eats a
Does he
core
look like
full.
he's wounded, or is it just mostly the
He
fact
looks-
that he's starving?
He doesn't look wounded. He just seems abandoned.
Yeah,
Almost like nobody has given him anything.
Oh, it's just needy.
I don't think traditional healing will help him much here. Can we look around for any?
He also looks shell shocked.
Yeah.
In many ways,
Is there any way to open it? Like a?
you don't see anything.
Arthur, do you have anything that can help us open the
Is there a
cage?
keyhole anywhere?
Not that you can see.
Can I investigate it?
Take an investigation check.
I mean, I can get him out of there, but it would cost us a spell slot.
So 20.
You don't notice any sort of a way to open the cage. As you like touch it with a 20, it seems like there's some sort of an arcane spell or word that would cause the cage to open, but you don't know it.
We need magic to open this.
Brother Harold, do you know
Protected
how
by arcane.
this cage can be opened?
I've never seen it be opened.
Frustrating.
Do you
Wait,
know?
where is she? Is she still alive? What happened to the rest of our brothers?
Calm down, calm down. We're looking for her. Do you happen to know this place? Do you know where we could find her? We looked in the main room, but is there any secret passages? Any?
I've been in this cage. All I've seen is she comes sometimes. She opens the door. She goes to whatever's there, and he can't even see it. She kneels and whispers and prays or something, and leaves.
Do you know how long you've been here? Have you been here since the attack?
No, only a few days. At the attack, myself and the brothers, we split up, and I ran towards the darkness, and I thought I would be safe there, but I wasn't. I thought I could hide somewhere. I was pursued by these strange wolves that leaped onto me and harried me and led me to some sort of cabin of sorts. I was captured by pale figure. Calder, have you gone into the room yet?
Well, that's why I was saying I was making my way when this opened. So if it only takes me a few seconds to get over here, I would get here in the comments.
You might not want to.
As you step inside, he immediately just like.
Yeah, that.
Do you recognize this man?
He takes a closer look. You bear a striking similarity.
Just kidding. He's him.
But I can tell by your countenance you're not as vicious or a threat as him, I hope.
So the individual that you're speaking about, it was a man.
A strange man, but a man. He captured me and basically knocked me out. I was kept in the cabin and then in some strange stone structure, constantly being kept knocked down, beaten up, abused. And then the last I woke up was here. She saw that I was in the cage and hasn't spoken to me or of me much. I don't know why or what my purpose is, but I held out hope. I held out hope that Solnavi would send someone, and he did, by the light.
Well, brother, I'm glad that you're okay. We'll figure out a way to get you out of this.
Yes, without sounding disrespectful, right now this cage might be the safest spot for him. We don't know what's in here, and he's not really in a position where he can go wandering himself. We know where he is. We can find Lady Garnette and come back for him.
Maybe we can give him a bit
We can
more
leave him
rations.
some more rations, for sure.
Would you like some expired flour?
Please don't leave me here.
That is
Don't leave me
psychopath.
trapped here, please. If you can, at least find a way to unlock the door. I won't leave. I will stay here, but I don't want to be trapped here in case something happens to you and you have to flee and I'm left stuck here. Please.
We pinky swear.
Make a persuasion
We
check.
don't know how to open it right now.
12.
He doesn't believe your pinky swear.
Be strong, brother. We'll find a way.
He closes his eyes and kneel back down and go back into prayer. You sent someone once. I will have faith that you will send them again.
I'm gonna go into the previous
Let
room.
your light find me even in the shadow. Burn away my shame. And carry what's left of me into your warmth.
I'm gonna go into the other room and just start scouring every wall for buttons, for secret thing, anything that can. Same with the previous room, the bookshelf she was looking at.
I'm gonna give him
I investigate
a hand.
everything.
Yeah.
I never went into that room.
I'm gonna start with that room because if that's her private chamber, she probably has private shit somewhere. And if you said the bed was when
she
we were in
has some
there,
private shit.
there's got to be something. So I'm gonna go.
She has
I'm gonna
some
go into that
private
room.
shit,
I'm gonna
alright.
start at the bookshelf section and just.
I'm
I don't even care if it's gonna
I-
fucking poof in my face. I'm just gonna start looking, pulling books off, looking at everything.
So when I see them going over, I said, "Well, there's something weird with the bed. The bed doesn't move,
Yes,
and
definitely-
there's all kind of kinky shit there."
there's definitely some sort of secret we're missing.
And I go to the orb with the corpses, and I look kind of closely at the corpses, and I think, are they really dead?
Make a
And
perception check for me.
And I poke them. 12.
The corpses are very much dead. But the moment you touch one of them, you feel a chill almost like creep up your finger.
Ghost.
As a faint spectral spirit seems to like come out of the corpse. You very quickly step back and it begins and then gets pulled back into the corpse.
You okay?
No, there's a ghost.
Oh, but ghosts are nice. We know that.
No,
from
they're
what's her
not
name.
nice.
This one definitely didn't look like the same as Helena. It very much had like a gaunt, stretched face, his mouth wide open. Very much like a specter of sorts.
Ghost! Ghost! Ghost!
Well, maybe they can tell us what happened.
Don't touch ghosts!
That's the title of the episode. Don't touch ghosts.
No.
Well, what's her name? She said that as long as the ghost doesn't take over your body for too long, that's when it's dangerous.
I go try. Diamond is pissing his pants. He is dead scared
Smells all the
right
same.
now. That's rude.
What's happening in? First off, let's go with what's happening in this chamber, and then we'll go with what's happening in the bed chamber. So, Arkmir, are you investigating this orb?
Yeah.
You walk up to it and you recall vividly that memory of the basement with this strange device that had been set up, almost like some way of communicating across planes. You recall this like strange, very, very cold, frigid orb that you remember touching and receiving a vision and almost being able to speak with someone across planes. What would you like to do? You reach out and you touch it, and the orb immediately stops spinning. You're holding it in place, and you find your vision and your perceptive just like shunted through space, and all of a sudden you are standing in front of a massive wall of ice, a glacier.
Hi, Daddy.
It's cold. There's a brisk wind, almost like pushing across you. These two large, almost like ice blue piercing gashes look down at you, and jagged smile looking out from this crystal face. Oh, I fancy seeing a familiar face again.
It's been a while.
It has. What brings you here? Cold steel.
Visiting. Well, his visiting sister.
Yes. Has she tried to convince you of her great work?
Not yet. Should she have?
Would you like to help her? Fulfill our familial duty.
I mean, I guess we'll have to talk, but she hasn't been doing a great job with that yet.
No, she certainly hasn't. She keeps prolonging her deadlines.
Would it be easier with her out of the picture?
Only if there's someone else who's willing to do the job for us. Only would you be someone and such?
Could be. What will you be done?
Break the Chaoslands. Release the Dragon Lords. Wreak death and destruction upon Rivenacht. And win the favor of the Mother of Dragons.
Khaleesi?
That is her purpose in life. Would it be yours?
Is that who it meant by mother?
Possible.
Oh, shoot.
Mother of Dragons.
Mama?
I mean, sister hasn't been able to do it, then maybe I can.
A little bit of familial strife never hurt anyone. It's quite run in the family. Very well. In her time of need, would you choose to bind yourself in a pact here at Cold Steel? I will make sure not to lend her my aid, but you must agree to serve me as this, like, almost like a jagged, the ice crystals in front of you almost seem to part in the shape of what would perfectly fit your hand.
Oh, fuck. Sorry, can you restate the terms?
Serve them. Serve daddy.
If you agree to take her place in her mission to forge an alliance between our family and the Mother of Dragons, I will make sure not to lend my aid to her as you confront her.
Let me see how far I can get with handling her. And
Make
then we
a
can
wisdom
talk.
fucking saving throw!
Oh boy. Oh, that's not great.
Oh,
Wait, what is it do? Okay, that's still not great. 12.
Oof.
Oh, there's a lot of die there.
Oh, he keeps rolling.
Silvery barbs.
You feel just this frigid cold pierce through your veins, even though you're resistant to cold.
Yeah.
It feels horrible, like you're like brain freeze. You are completely stunned. You all actually, like, you see Arkmir has been holding this crystal and he just collapses to his knees, still like his hand almost like stuck to it, but his body just seems to be freezing over in parts. You take 27 points of cold damage.
Oh shit.
Piercing through your resistance.
Okay.
So you just take 27 points of damage. You seek to betray the betrayer. How foolish of you. But at least it's true that you are of my blood. Go back. She will serve me well enough as you feel your mind get pushed back into the air and then shunted in a different direction. You find yourself, your eyes frozen over. You're sitting on a gondola, floating down a river. Except this time, unlike the last, you are not alone. There's a figure, cloaked figure, that you can only see the back of, rowing this gondola. There's branching paths across. The figure whispers back to you.
Oh no.
Well, last time you simply jumped into the water and tried to kill yourself. I really hope you have a better solution this time.
What?
Oh god, so long ago.
It's just rowing. You don't see the face that's turned away from you. You're just sitting in this, and you recognize these waters, these rivers.
Right.
They are the rivers of Marinuan that you sailed in, these gondolas and these floating lanterns and lights dangling across these threads. A heavy mist and fog seems to be covering the river as this gondola slowly makes its way through almost like winding paths leading in many different directions.
Shit. Where are we going?
Where do you wish to go?
Oh,
Your family is a complicated one. Your friends
exactly.
even more so.
Would like to go back to my friends.
Will you stop him?
Stop who?
The upstart betrayer, the Prince of Stygia.
Perhaps. Yes.
I will send you back. In fact, I'll take you there myself. Just make sure that whatever happens, he doesn't win.
Who are you, if I may ask?
A concerned third party.
That's it.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Party.
It's become a question now, so yeah, less of a statement.
Sure now.
He begins to veer the boat off towards one of the paths towards the left. And as he turns, you do notice briefly a face, faintly. It does look like it has red skin, similar to yours. He's rowing this boat forward. There's almost like a pier that's just like standing there. He stops and sticks the oar onto it.
Does he have a crystal on his hand?
No, he does not.
Sorry, so he just stopped at...
He stops at this pier,
Okay.
waiting for you to get off and leave.
Well, I guess till next time, maybe.
If he succeeds, there will be hell to pay.
If they succeed.
If he succeeds, your sister is just a pawn.
Do you have any guidance to provide?
1d4.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a crystal sword.
If one of them comes back to this plane, or to your plane, there's only a matter of time till the rest of them do.
Them gouts.
Understood.
I simply seek to preserve the balance of power. I won't aid you unless you desperately ask me for it. But I also won't stop you.
Interesting.
You see, similar to your father, there are certain laws that even I can't break.
My father said.
Years, centuries, millennia of being frozen in his ice have left him desperate, clinging to any hope that he can find of freedom, no matter what the consequences of that might be.
But what exactly is your role here? Just to maintain
I'm
balance?
seeking to preserve the balance of power.
Interesting.
You may return to your friends. The moment you step off of this pier, you will. You take a step off of the boat, you all see Arkmir almost like jump back up. Well, whoever's in the room, you see Arkmir jump back up. It's only been a few moments, and this stone, you are clutching it in your hands. You've lifted the stone off of it.
Oh.
There's a small socket there that seems like it would perfectly fit another similar stone.
Sander.
You okay?
No, I'm hurt.
Oh.
Meanwhile, while you process all of this, back to the bedroom.
Where do you think this goes?
What are you guys
I am
doing?
trying to turn over everything other than the bed.
Okay.
Starting with the bookshelf, looking for any button, secret passage. We've seen some crazy shit at Shay's Manor.
Helping to just
Pulling
see-
books, looking for buttons.
Helping to see if there's anything on the bookshelf, like any books out of the ordinary from all the other books.
Yeah.
Not like
Any like things with like scratch marks where it could slide out.
yeah, like where one of the books has like less dust
Everything.
on it, or
There's a skull.
Make an investigation check, both of you. Actually, I think with enough time and you're not really being careful, you would eventually pop open the glass cabinet that has the skull inside of it. And you would like look around the skull, and almost within the skull, there's a small like button on the base of it,
Thanks.
underneath the stone.
I click it.
You
I'm
click,
frustrated. There's a prisoner.
you click the button, and the bookshelf almost like swings outward.
Knew it.
Aw.
Fuck yeah.
You can pop open that bookshelf. The bookshelf opens, the right one.
Someone open it. I can't see.
Oh,
Pop it back.
Whoa.
You may remove that.
you.
And number 3, yes, just slide that into place.
like does that come over
Yep,
there?
that comes over,
Yeah.
that goes over there.
I guess.
Oh boy. Yeah, let's get that.
You can move some of the tiles from the entrance hall and stuff there if you need to, in order to make it work. But
It'll work.
I think that's probably good enough.
Yeah. And that goes up.
can you also turn the light on that?
Is that
Thing?
Rufus?
Yeah, is it Rufus, that fuckboy?
Yep.
Oh.
As you look through this, you notice a large, almost like platform with a tall pillar sticking out of it, with a giant orb and a ornate stone-crafted raven on top of it. It's not a real bird; it is a bird made out of stone. Past it, you see a wall, and on the wall there's a glowing purple crystal, similar to, I guess you guys might not have seen the other crystal, but it is planted into the wall and it is glowing.
We just leave that out.
What's the name of the guy in the cave? Brother what?
Harold.
Harold?
Oh, well, there may be a secret somewhere over here.
Yep. That is what you see.
Brother Gerald.
Gerald.
Perhaps we should grab the others. I'm gonna run back over. Yeah, and I'm heading over this way. I don't know what they're what's going on in here, but
I feel like at this point, Arkmir, you just grabbed the stone. I'll give you a little bit more time before Kelly, because it would take a little bit of for pulling a bunch of these files
Do you need some
and papers and things.
help? Or,
Yes, I'm hurting.
Don't wait spell slot Xander, for God's sakes, you
But-
already use so much.
But
I have
also,
a bunch of potions and stuff.
do you mind?
I also have all my spell slots I can heal in.
That's fine. I mean, I've quite a bit.
Can I
Okay.
see that purple stone we found earlier?
Oh, let me give you some health. How about 13?
All right. Better. Thank you, Xander. But as I was mentioning, may I see that purple stone again?
Did you not have it?
Oh, I thought you took
You
it.
have it.
Oh,
Yeah. You were like,
What
there might be. Well, this machine may interface with it as well.
Is it dangerous?
I don't know, and I may need you here to help me in case something goes wrong.
Do you want me to put it in?
I don't know if we've reached that point of our relationship. We've been through a lot
That's what you want
together.
back to.
Brother Harold goes, ooh.
I'll be gentle.
See
And
the
I,
light, brother.
You
Flop
put
it
the
in.
orb into this device, and all of a sudden it begins to spin. And as it spins, it begins this faint, purple glow begins to seep into it, to the point where it is now glowing. You put it in there; it's begun to glow, and this is when you return to join the rest of your friends. And you see a very similar purple glowing crystal as what you just saw on the other side of that wall, now spinning here, seemingly glowing with purple energy.
we found another room. Also, there is.
Ghost! As you pass by me.
Yeah. Well, I'm letting everybody know. There's also another purple orb in the other room as well. Similar. I don't remember that being there when I was in here a minute ago.
Arkmir's holding the blue orb.
Yeah. Only this blue orb, but we just placed this. Xander and I came across this purple orb, and we've just placed it into the machine now.
Do I notice anything weird, just timeline-wise?
Like from us putting it
if
in
I'm looking
there.
at the other orb and he put it in somewhere over there, does my orb change? Anything happen in that room?
No.
No? Okay.
Have you stepped into the
No.
room? Or are you, okay.
He's just looking.
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's what you see.
Now, I'm gonna touch this orb, similar to I touched this blue one. See what happens.
What happened when you touched the blue one?
Do you remember when we were at, I guess what was it? Hezrick's? Yeah, and there was a similar orb that I had touched.
Sure.
And, well, I guess at least mentally, it took me to go see someone that seems aligned with Lady Garnette.
Daddy!
And you saw that same someone now?
Yes.
Did they speak? Did you speak to them?
What's going on here?
They tried to convince me to to work with Lady Garnette to free them.
I see.
I tried to get away with as easily as I could, and am I like covered in frost or anything? Or
You're
Yeah.
definitely cold and
Well-
frozen.
Snow
Like,
bears.
Yeah.
Did you need a flaming sword?
as you can
you
see,
do seem to warm up a little bit, but also as soon as you took the orb off, the room stopped like completely emanating out cold air.
nice.
You turned off the AC.
But see, they weren't too pleased with that, with what happened to me.
Understandably, I suppose.
But I feel like I do need to touch this orb to figure out what is going on here.
All right. Well, be cautious, and we'll need
I'll be
to
over there.
figure out what's going on in the other area. May lead to where Garnett is.
You reach out and touch the orb.
Yeah.
As you reach out and touch the orb, it immediately stops spinning. Your hand feels almost stuck to it, and your vision goes completely dark. It's like you're standing in a pitch black darkness. As your eyes slowly adjust to it, you can make out a silhouette off in the distance. Not too far, probably 10-15 feet in front of you. It looks like a tall, cloaked figure. And on the back of the cloak, you can see embossed a silver wolf. As a figure, voice turns towards you and says, "Garnett, is everything all right?"
Uh-oh.
You recognize the voice of one Karis Marin. He's turning towards you, and he turns towards you, and you just see, for the first time, Karis in the flesh. His face is gaunt, stretched. It looks like a stretched reflection almost of Kalthir. Pale white, pitch black eyes, but with tiny, tiny spots of red. His teeth have almost like elongated fangs and sharpened like they've been filed. He looks back to you with the slit-like eyes, almost looking like imagine Kalthir, but more like a skull. Stares back at
Like
you.
Voldemort.
You're not her.
I'm her brother.
Yes, you are. Is my kin with you? Tell him to stay out of our business. I will save our people, whether he likes it or not! And you get shunted back into your body, holding on to this orb that is now no longer stuck.
What did you see?
Well, this one took me to Karis. And apparently does not like you specifically meddling here, and apparently he says he will save your people.
That's what he told our people long ago.
But yeah, apparently I believe Lady Garnette was using this to at least communicate with him in some ways. He was expecting Lady Garnette. It may be useful for us to continue holding on to this. I'm not sure. They did show me out.
Yes, hopefully we'll deal with Garnett in whatever means possible, but I wouldn't want anybody else to stumble across this. Have Karis manipulate someone else.
You hold on to the purple one, I'll hold on to the blue one.
Quickly though, we should go check out the other area. I think Big One is watching over the door right now.
Watch out for the ghosts.
What ghosts?
Yeah, I'm sitting down on the floor, pale white, still like
We don't see
pointing
any
at
ghosts.
it.
All right, let's go. Come on.
We'll be back, Brother Harold.
But
wait.
there's a ghost.
Let's head away from the ghosts. Come on.
You're leaving Brother Harold in the cage right beside the...
We'll be back.
Yes, we all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now just over there, they've found there was another purple orb over on the other side. How similar does it
They look identical.
Is it spinning?
It is not spinning. It seems like it's been planted into like a socket in the wall. It is not spinning.
The other orb they found apparently was a direct connection to Karis.
Oh, weird.
Yes. At least we know now for sure that they were speaking with each other.
I'm just gonna quickly take a potion of greater healing.
Oh.
I will step in
You step into the
through
room.
threshold.
Through the threshold.
I give him guidance as he steps in the room.
Shields in front a little bit.
You look to both directions, and you immediately hear the clanking of chains.
What's on his spinning?
Coming from your left. As you turn your eyes to the left, the first thing you notice is a giant, fleshy monstrosity. Something that, up until now, you don't think there's been much necromancy involved. But looking at this creature, stitched together of all forms of different corpses, pale
This is the
green
department of it.
light pouring out of its eyes, chains dangling from its fists as it pulls up, a giant metallic or a giant flesh construct begins to lumber
Oh, that thing's
up
massive.
and come towards you as you enter into the room.
Is it both a construct and undead?
And I think that might be a good spot to end for tonight because this fight might take a while. Or it's up to you.
It probably
if you wanna do
is.
To be continued.
I think it's sort of
Done.
yeah.
Makes me think of
Well,
the
I mean, I
Buffy,
probably
but
still need to
I'm
ride
guy
now, 'cause now-
as well.
Adam?
shit.
Yeah, Adam.
Oh, shit.
Big One's got this. He's got a cool arm.
Whoa! I'm gonna activate my superpower for the next encounter. That is oddly relevant right now.
That's a good spot to
Assuming-
end this session for today, and we'll pick up in this antechamber of sorts.
God damn.
Adam.
Oh,
I just imagine Big One like looks over and he just keeps turning, walks right back out. Nope, not that one.
We're just like, somehow the door closed.
I can take him.
All we hear is help.
Yeah,
It's got a cool
probably.
arm.
That's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Uh,
Bye, guys.
okay.
Bye.